mic on, mic on. Okay. That's it. Oi! Oi! Okay. Yeah, it's temporary though, I'm going to be honest with you. It is definitely temporary. Okay, stand by, Chilly. Stand by, stand by. What's that going out? What's that going out? Oh no, it's long. It's long. Sorry, man. Sorry. We're live, yeah? Are we live? Morning, folks. How you doing? Okay. So a couple of things to get through today. Well, what we're going to do is aircraft recognition. Easy for you to say. This morning we have missed Cargologic 747. In a blue patch of sky like this, just going straight past, looking absolutely glorious. So there's one we missed. But the ACT, it's the Air ACT operating on behalf of Turkish Airlines, 747, doing its regular service into London. So that will be arriving at some point. But what we do have, which is really important, is a TAP A330 Neo, and that's something we're going to have to go hunting for on our aircraft recognition, because we'd have to go back to. In fact, what we should do, Jilly, is I should download the Lisbon show, because then I can get my 330 Neos there, can't I? Because other than that, I think we've got the full set, so let me do that. We're just waiting for Etihad's Dreamliner to come out. Very, very hazy. But we've got everything set up. Jilly, have you got camera 2 to show them? Yeah, you can put it in the pic, and we can sort of like get that going. And then I'd need to be. It's in there that side, isn't it? So it's over there. No. So you've got audio on camera 1, yeah? Audio on camera 1. Shoot to it. One solitary request for a sticker today. Open the box. Always excited to open the PO box. Okay. So that's something high. That's something high above me, Julia. No? I think I hear things. No, I'm not hearing that. Or did I? Wow, that was a sudden burst of... Okay. Oh. So Ian Bramley from Stoke-on-Trent. Ian, sticker on its way to you. Right, that's it. What else have we got? Well, I kind of want to show you... Jilly, I'll tell you what we'll do. If we can switch... Oh, there's definitely what I need to do is make sure that I've got my... Can we switch to camera 2 as the main shot, Julie? So that we can just go through a few things that we're going to get on with, because otherwise I can do everything here, yeah, and then we can put the we can go full camera on this one, yeah, if you want, okay. With audio, yeah, with audio. The moment, no, go full screen on camera 2. And audio is off on camera 1, so you're running audio on camera 2. So, how you doing, folks? Yes, I'm going to have to, what you say, eat my words, literally. Although I will admit that, in fact, you know what? No, I'm going to argue this one, and the reason I'm saying is we'll just quickly talk about this. The 747s that we're going to see today will be all 400s and 800 variants. But just quickly on the model, I've got to show you this. Okay. If you remember, it says on the instructions here, if you're going to put her on an undercarriage and not on a stand or in flying condition or whatever position. Rotate or whatever it might be, because that's quite a nice rotate shot. The only thing is that the slats fully back flaps are fully retracted. There's something going wrong, isn't it? Oh no! Have you got a pip available, Julie? Oh wow, wow. Okay, you go and pick one. Oh no, it's too hazy, mate. It's too hazy. Yeah, sorry. It's just very hazy out there. Hazy fantasy. Where was I? Yeah, so 18 grams. I measured it out on the scales here. I measured 18 grams. I put 20 grams in there. It transpires that, as you can see, I've just dummied the wings on and the tails and the horizontal stabilizers. But as you can see, she's still very, very tail heavy. So I need to, but when I checked the weight on it, it's 25 grams. So now I've created this weight here, which should about bring her down on her front, but she needs to go a little bit lower. So I'm reckoning around about 28 grams. But all of that, or the equivalent of in terms of weight, has got to go up into the, because I've obviously closed all the doors off now, haven't I? So got a little, I know there's a lot of you laughing out there. You idiot, I told you, didn't I? I told you to put coins in there or put lead in there. But the only thing is that you can't really test it until you've got all the components together, so that you can test the actual weight, because that is all the weight. With the wings attached, the undercarriage, and all the other stuff attached, it's it doesn't give you a true reading if because that feels to me when I put a centre of gravity like that, she's definitely a little bit nose heavy. But as soon as people, what's that coming at me? Got it. Go for it. Full screen. Yep, with audio. Okay, there she is. Now look at that for a profile, folks. That's what we're talking about with aircraft recognition. That wing is probably the biggest thing that gives that away. Wow, hitting those clouds, slicing through the cloud. Could do it here. Oh, just disappeared. But she's cut a slice into that cloud very nicely indeed. 10 out of 10 for that. So back to camera 1, 2, sorry. Getting the hang of this now. It's only taken 3 weeks to do it. So I need to weight this 747 quite considerably. So I'm going to have to do a proper jerry rig here. And for all of a few American friends out there will know what I'm talking about when I say jerry rig. Let me just grab this. It's an American term, jerry rig, which basically means sort of like making it up as you go along, creating a sort of A-team fix to it when you've got very little things to work with, you know, in terms of fixing leaks and stuff like that. So you have to work with the tools that you've got. So now I've got obviously that piece of blue tack, but obviously I'm not going to put that into it because the only way I'm going to be able to put that weight in there is through the undercarriage door. Now the good thing is that the front undercarriage, she fits aft of that opening, which is where obviously the undercarriage would fold up into, you know, fold forward into it. So I'm literally going to cut that whole section out there, and I'm going to have to fill it with weights. So that is a little bit too much to squeeze in there. I could use a solution like filler or something like that in an applicator to squeeze it up in there. Put a little tube on there and just put a squeeze. But it's got to be quite forward, you know. So just, if anything, just behind. And I've got a load of stuff. I've got a load of that cement already, just around about. Well, it went in through this door here, so all the cement that I've got is in this area here. So I need to put these weights well forward of this area here, just underneath the flight deck, basically. So I'm going to measure out how many of these coins. Let's just see if that. Right, it's 41 grams. Right, let's go down to the little 5p's. Because you want the smallest coins. You haven't got half p's, that's what you need, half p's, they don't weigh anything. Right, it's 19 grams. Okay, so now the only thing is that once you've got one of them in there, it's going to be very tricky. Can you buy, someone's going to say it on the comments, let's crack the comments open and have a little look and see if anyone's saying if you can buy modelling weights sealed or something like that in different sizes and all that, because if you can, then okay, let's just have a little look. And also I thought, should we get on with the aircraft recognition, because I'm just going to carry on with this, because this is probably going to, people are like, are we going to do the bleeding thing or what, you know. Sounds less complicated making a real jumbo TCC. Oh, that's funny. Boom, one. Webbo, good afternoon to everybody. Someone said last night that it's a good job Jerry's not a dentist, because if you went and saw him, you'd be in there for about a week. Okay, aviation fan. BA Dreamliner 9 and an American triple coming to you right now. No, Americans are going straight out that way, my friend, and anything going to the west, out to the US, is not going to go past us. It's the stuff that banks and heads east out of 27s. Okay, we'll have some of that. David. Liquid metal, and someone's just said, David Edwards said, maybe you could use Deluxe Materials Liquid Gravity. Amazon, check Amazon. No, you don't want a cat pod. Liquid metal for, okay, let's just have a look. Liquid metal thermal paste. Filler, liquid metal filler. Let's just have a little look here. Oh. Turning. Okay, I had some of this in my toolbox when I was doing metal epoxy putter. Stand by. Now we've got these putty sticks here, but what is the weight of them is the big question. So this is something that we can look at. Okay, so they are weights. Wow. Doesn't say the weight. Okay, so that's an ounce. That's an ounce, all of those. 5 grams. Wow. So you'd have to use 5 of those at least. And what is the dimensions of that? They look pretty small, so they would fit inside, but I need that liquid stuff. I need the injection stuff, really. Epoxy aluminium paste for fixing cracks in metal parts, engine block heads. Oh, hello, what was that? That's a world stick. No. Okay, so that Gorilla Weld looks quite interesting because it's the weight, isn't it? It's what you need. If one of those tubes weighs 25 grams, I can just squeeze that in there quite easily. So I'm looking at this Gorilla Weld stuff. So you've got the hardener and the resin. Oh, I don't like those ones. You remember that what was it called? The one that you used to have to mix together? Araldite. Remember Araldite? It worked actually, Araldite, if you did it properly. But when okay. Okay, here's something that's quite interesting. JB Weld 6-minute steel epoxy. Now, by the looks of this, it mixes. Right. It's got an injection type application, which is quick sealing steel reinforced epoxy with a 6-minute resealable non-waste cap. Okay. I think that's the one. I think that's the one to get, and hopefully, because if that's hard, if that's heavy, it's only £5. I mean, to get that stack of 5p's, if not more, into there. Mind you, wait a second. I had a thought. Wait a second. Couple more 5p's. Let's just move this amazing amount of trophies out of the way that I've got from you guys. So many trophies. Nearest to pin, longest drive. There's my hole-in-one certificate, which it isn't. It's just a scorecard. I've got to be careful with this because this is. Okay, here we go. Just grab one of the trophies, which I've got all my coins in. So there's another 5p and another 5p. So let's weigh this out. I should be getting on with the aircraft recognition. We might have to start again, Jilly. Because I'm waffling on, aren't I? Yeah, that's 26 grams. So that's 33 grams. Right, let's just have a little look at this quickly. No, let's not do this. Let's get on with this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tape this up just very quickly so that it's not just loose all over the place. I'm just going to quickly take this up, these coins here. Tell you what I have got. See, now I've got that there, that little pack there, which weighs 33 grams. So that should be enough, but I ain't gonna go in there, is it? It's got to be a liquid application. But I'll tell you what I have got. If you remember, I showed you these the other day. These are, there's a magnet right at the back of these, just holding them all together. These are ball bearings that I found, that I dug up on that Halifax bomber crash site. Which so I mean, you can imagine where the bearings were. That's why we went after the bearing plants as well. You know, the manufacturing plants, because every aircraft relied completely on bearings. You couldn't build an aircraft without having bearings. But anyway, it's another story. 32 grams, interesting. One of these little magnets. Ah, hold on a minute. Yeah, of course, wait a second. I've got these magnets that I used for the doors for when I did the shutters. That's 4 grams. Okay, but that's a much better size. That's a much nicer size and depth. So we might be able to sort of like stick them all in there on a vertical plane like these, but obviously they will fit through that hole. They'll fit through that hole very nicely, as you can see there. So when I cut that out, all I need to do is put a big piece of glue on the top part of this, feed it in, and then glue the bottom part, and then just squeeze some filler around it, and that will be then a big stack of 6 of them. So 6 of them. Yeah, I reckon that'll fit in there all right. Okay, anyway, let's get on with this aircraft recognition, folks, because I know you've been wanting to watch it. So what we'll do is we'll leave the camera outside, camera 1, Jilly, yeah? And then we'll, because I want to, this is obviously all about aircraft recognition today. So what I'm doing is, how's that picture, Jilly? Is that picture all right? Okay, all right. I tell you what I could do. I could bring the other camera in. We could use that as another. And we'll just rush it. We'll just put it out, Jude. We'll just rush it out when. Going to Cardiff. That's maintenance. It's got to be going for maintenance or storage. Okay. Okay. Well, let me just bring. It's because I want to show. I think that might be a little bit. You know. Okay. Let me just see here. Let me bring Plane Finder up. Because I think it would be quite nice to have a generic picture as well, Jilly. Yeah? Can you tell me, Jilly, how close I can get to this? How close I can get to this before it starts? Oh no, there it is. I can see it. Okay, there we go. That's fine then. Right. So you know how quickly I can get this thing outside. It's fine. We just need to be, you know. Just need to give me some warning, you know, that we're sort of like, you know, it's rolling or whatever. The trouble is, they might go long. You can tell me if it starts banking, I can get it out in time. Yeah. Maybe what I could do. Stand by. Okay. Do you want to go? Do you want to go camera 1 on Pip, Julie? And I'm just going to tidy these leads up a little bit because it's a little bit spaghetti junction back here with this light. And I'll tell you another thing which is quite interesting, is that this light here, even though it's a giant great big thing, it's actually this one is just as effective. if not a little bit more. You see how that bursts there. Right, okay. Now I just need to give myself a clear access route out of here. So we don't need that out of the mix because we're not using the airbrush today. So that can be moved out of the way. Okay, so we have a clear run out now. Brilliant. Use my wife's porridge, that will weigh anything down. Fantastic. So I think I can get the position right about there. So I'm right next to the door. Let me just see if I'm not too big in the shot. Okay, there we go. Is that all the way out? Okay. So you've got me in the pit there, yeah? And you've got the main shot, the main camera there. Okay, right. Quick look on plane finder. La 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 la. Dreamliner. He's coming. Is that 777 coming out? Taxiing out. Okay, so we are today going to be going with aircraft recognition, folks, and we're going to look at the main fleets, in current fleets, that is. So everything you're likely to see at airports, and we will have to bring in other videos as well, because obviously we want to see the likes of the Dash 8s, the ATRs, and that's what we've got here at Manchester as well, which is what you're seeing on the main screen here. But I thought what we do is, as you can see down on this bottom line here, they can't see that, can they? Hold on. Let me just show them. You see where my mouse is moving at the bottom there? Okay. Have I just made it a lot better with the pip, Julie? I've moved the picture right over so that the pip. Okay, yeah. Okay. No, because no. There was a. That should be it now. Yeah. Okay, so I can go down a little bit because I've got a top line there. I can go down a little bit. Okay, so there's my timeline there, folks, that you're seeing across here. You can see my cursor moving down here. This is Adobe Premiere Pro, by the way. It's an editing suite. You can get free versions of it, I think, and then you have to start paying for it after a specific when you want to upgrade or whatever you want to do, and how far you want to use it. So what I've done is, let me just bring in the folder here. This is the folder that I've created on my come on, son. This is the folder that I've created, and that will. Oh, there it is. Yeah. That is it. Yeah. So this is the main folder file that we're working with here. That's the auto saves. I've got Manchester in here, and I've also got this is the London Heathrow show that we had the Airbus 350 test aircraft making an appearance at London Heathrow. So we'll watch that stream as well as obviously doing the aircraft recognition at the same time. So what I've done here is, you can see down here on the timeline again where my cursor is. Hello. Right there. We've got one folder ready, which is this one here, which is the big twins. We're gonna put the big twin aircraft, A330s, A340s, 777s, Dreamliners, and so on and so forth. We call it the big twins. Now in here, I'm going to put another sequence in here, and we're just going to call that see, you say single aisle. Okay, we'll just go with that for the moment, because funny enough, the 757 is a single aisle, isn't it? But that's being converted to freighters as well. So lots of different things that you not only will you learn in terms of seeing the aircraft's profile and things to look out for. This is what's key, is the things to look out for. Like for instance, it can get quite confusing, because on an Airbus generally on the narrow bodies, the nose is very rounded. Okay, it's a very rounded nose, whereas on the single aisle stuff, Virgin Dreamliner is rolling. Let me just see. Okay, I've got him now. Okay, stand by. Okay, how quickly can I deploy camera one? Come on, son. Okay, well, let's look at this Dreamliner if we see it, and look at the profile of it so that you can go your way to identify. It's got a very sleek look to it, and the nose. Come on, son. Come on. That's it. Go left. You need to start turning left now, son. Go left. Here he comes. If he turns left one more time. So yeah, it was coming. Okay, there's your second turn. That definitely indicates that he's coming this way. Here she comes. Oh, clouds. Oh. Oh no, she's deep in the cloud. Unless she just. What's her attitude, Jilly? Yeah, I think these clouds are a little bit lower than that. Oh, there she was. She just went through that gap and she looked beautiful. Listen to that. In you come. Deployment unsuccessful due to cloudy weather. Okay, this aircraft recognition thing is not really going. I can never do something just on its own. I always have to waffle on about other stuff, don't I? So apologies for that. So let's just go through it, shall we? Rather than doing all the fiffing and faffing around, and look at this video that I'm going to bring in from London Heathrow so we can see. Okay, so I'm dropping that in there. Over on the right hand side we see it needs to generate the file, so you need to be a little bit patient for the blue line to come all the way up to the end, and then we will start. Okay, now is this cleaner, G? Okay, so windy day as well, which is quite handy. So we're probably going to look at the single aisle stuff first, I would have thought. In terms of the A318, 319, 320, 321, they're the four variants of the Airbus minibus fleet, so to speak. The A318. Hopefully we'll see one here today, but the A318, and I don't know if you want to make any notes here or anything like that, but right, A318, Airbus, A is standing obviously for A318, for Airbus, sorry. So the 318, if you look at its tailplane, it's very, very short. It's almost, I call it the Photoshop plane, because it is that small. It looks like it's been shortened on Photoshop and and the tail left on it. But what it actually is the tail is much bigger on an A318. It looks very odd, and from the side you'll be able to see it. But the thing is that what you need to consider with a lot of these plane recognitions is that when you're looking at it sort of like side on, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to figure out exactly what variant it is, because they all look very similar, especially with the old style winglets on them. So you're actually not able to see the length of the fuselage. But once the fuselage comes past you, you're able to then get a clear idea, a clear indication as to what size it is, the length of it, how many doors it has as well. We'll show you that on some of these. Let's see if we can wind this up to a side-on shot of a. Oh, here we go. We got to go start off with a 767. Okay, put that file aside. This is in your twin jet file. What can we call it? Sort of like, you know, because 767 is 767 a twin aisle? I think it is, isn't it? 767 is a twin aisle, and that's what the 330 was sort of like, you know, competing with. So I think the 767, I wouldn't call it a big twin, because it isn't. We're talking the big twins. We're talking about the 777 and the A350s and the A787 1000s, that kind of stuff. But the 767 and the 757 are on that sort of like mid-range level, where you can use the aircraft for multiple different destinations, short or long haul, as they do here with Delta. But look at this beautiful Delta. So, there's just so much going on here. There, right there, folks, is a very, very interesting way of looking at a triple set. I'm identifying that as a 777, and how am I identifying that as a 777? How am I identifying that as a 777? Have a think on that, because I'm trying to find my phone so I can. Oh, there it is. So I can get some comments up. Let's see if anyone answers that correctly. Twin aisle 242 configuration on the 767, but still not what I would classify as a super twin. Good afternoon to everybody watching. Okay. Yes, Bulldog, you're absolutely right, and I was thinking that this morning, that we'll do a military show so we can cover the different types of aircraft. Well, the only ones that we've got at the moment are the F-15, the different variants of the F-15, because there are a number of them, but also that between that and other variants like the F-16, which we've seen at Lakenheath as well, and the Eurofighter, the way that we can pick that out. Engines tail cone, Stephen Heron saying no, not really. Richard Hodge has got it. APU. Oh no, Harrison Fensom. I digi dude. APU definitely. 757 cigar 767 smaller 777. No, well, kind of David Hamilton. Paul MK's got it. Les Tankard. Dominic has got it as well. Bigfoot unit TCC saying, well, to be honest with you, TCC, you can't see whether that's got the tri undercarriage on it or not, but a lot of people getting that right. Is this here, the APU. It's very wedged shape, but even more so, what's giving it away there is the fact that it is on one side. So that wedge is there is only one side of it that's active with the APU. The other side is completely blank. Let's just look at that. Summit. But let's just see if we can get him. So we're not going to get. Let's just see if we can get him turning broadside. Okay, hold on a minute. Let's just get this. Oh, here you go. Here we go.
Flaps before she hits the gate.
So she's just come in
round here.
Come on, mate.
Nice looking.
Oh, look at that 767, folks. Now here's another one. That's a tricky one to really identify in terms of its variant. Not so much the fact that it is a 767, but which variant of it. Now the 200s come with some of the 200s have got winglets, but they're retrofit. These fellas here, well, I don't know if they're retrofit, but this aircraft here is, I think I'm right in saying, a 300 variant, because I think that's. They do have I'm not sure about exactly what their fleet capacity is in terms of 767s, but the distinguishing mark on this 767, and the way you can tell it's a 767, folks, look at that APU. She's quite low to the ground as well, because don't forget that it's sort of like, you know, the ground clearance is quite a big thing with Boeing. They're very low to the ground, a lot of the Boeings. So the APU here is quite distinctive on a 767, but these big winglets that you've got here, and they're massive as well, but they're aluminium as well. They're not carbon, these winglets. But that's a 300. The 400, which we might see later on if we ever get there, doesn't have. It has the raked wingtip, much like the 747 and the Dreamliner. But this is also a distinguishable part. But in terms of the variant of which
67 Smoky Joe with Pratt Whitney's Bolby Tour, I think, PW 4000s.
767-300 Dave Grayson getting that absolutely right. Harrison Fenton 767-300 winglets. 767-400 is the one with the completely raked tip. Here we go. Let's just see if we get his. Oh, no, I'm going deep. But right there, we all kind of know that that's a 777. But there's a lot of people would be like, I've got no idea, mate. The other way to also check, folks, whether that's a 777. A 777-300 versus a 777-200 is the number of doors on the side. So I call this a 4-door. So that's a 200. She's noticeably shorter, but just for immediate noticeability or recognition or identifying, it's a 4-door. And there's your APU coming in the shop now. Let's see if we get her APU. Oh, I think we might miss her APU there. But I'm sure we'll get another APU at some point.
10 minutes time.
Okay, let's get this 767 coming out. Look at this. Ain't she beautiful, man? Windy day. This is the last sort of 20 minutes of departures. This is what we call a switchover show, folks. Oh, look at that. Bouncing, man.
Oh, she's going early, man.
Bring those days back,
because
please.
Of that headwind, probably, I'd imagine.
Okay, let's move it on. Oh, she's smoking, man. Look at her smoke. Oh, we've got a 767. Look at this. Look at her smoke. Look.
Wow, that's a heavy on rate of climb there.
Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Oh, June 2019. Look at that smoke. Go on, girl. Now we've got right in front of us here another 767. Let's just see which model this is. Okay, so at the moment you cannot see whether that is a 200, a 300 or a 400 because it's nose on. You can't see the length of it. It's can't really see. Engines, wings are the same. Everything's kind of the same. We've got to start up.
Always good to see. Got an American 777 taxi down for departure. So g'day everybody watching right now on Big Jet TV. Okay, let me go.
Number 2 still not started. Look, it's windmilling. Look, that's windmilling in the wind. This is fully started up now. Here we go. There's your wingman. He was in connection with the pilots just now. He signed everything off, walked off, shown him the remove before flight tab, which was locking the front wheel. Now we should get started up on number 2.
What's the big idea? Carol, let's back up.
What was that? It just went past, folks. May.
Let's do go past this. Let me just get this.
Jeff Anderson, the 767-300 winglet spot.
John Arnold.
Oh my goodness me. Did you hear that? Jilly. Oh, this is very, very weird. We've got a proper moment coming up. I've just read Jeff Anderson's on my live comments, yeah? The winglets of the 767-300 are 14 feet tall. And listen to what I just said. Listen to what I just said.
Jeff Anderson.
Of all the people I could have read that out, that's just unbelievable.
John Arnold.
Unbelievable. I'm not even going to try and figure that one out.
Oh, John Arnold, I'm back. Good to see you. I just joined. Well, John Arnold, good afternoon.
Emma Funnell guessed the BA 777 that flew over me this morning without looking at radar. There we go. Start up on number 2.
Wow. Tomorrow, of course. And of course,
there's your 777, folks. There's another 4-door there. Look.
Live and exclusive. Moment by that BA triple.
Bosh. Now look at that. Look at the nose of the. Look at the nose of the 777. It's very distinctive, and got that pointy look about it with the 777. Undercarriage more or less the same place as an A350, but you get to know that whole section there. To distinguish a 777 when you're when she's, and there's your big engines, which again that could be at that point there that could be a Dreamliner, because but the only way you tell it's not a Dreamliner is because it's not got the scalloped engine cowls. If that had scalloped engine cowls, you'd know it's a Dreamliner with Trent 1000s. These are Trent 7s, I think, on this 777, and that's a 204-door 767 still fine.
His son is loving the takeoff footage. Oh, that's great.
Good for you. Okay, so here's your little minibus, folks. Let's just grab him, shall we? All right. Let's just grab this little minibus. So now there you can see that is, I think, a 319, and the reason why I'm saying it's a 319 is because if you look there, she's got one door over the wing. Now the 318 does have that as well, okay, but she's just noticeably shorter. The 320 will have another door here over the wing, I think, and she is slightly longer as well. The 321 will have one door forward and one door aft of the wing, just because of the length of them. But that's a 319, I think you'll find. Lovely little thing. With the IAE engine as well, and that's another way to distinguish the fact that when you're looking at a short-haul aircraft with British Airways, these long tubular engines, and this is what's fitted to what's known as the CEO model, the current engine option model for British Airways. That is, the CFM56 engine is also very popular on the short-haul aircraft, but that's the way of distinguishing whether that's a Neo or a CO, and of course other features will be the winglet on the Neo as well. But really, the Neo, between the CEO and the NEO, the difference is that tubular engine, or the CFM56 engine, and these winglets. But there are CEOs with that winglet, which is why it gets confusing, which we'll no doubt see in a little bit. Okay, let's just see what we've got coming up there. Oh, look at this. Now here we go, folks. Here we go. Is this now? You see, I have to look. I have to make sure, but I'm looking at that and I'm thinking 777. Winglets, no winglets, just a raked tip. I think that's a 300. I'd need to sort of like come back a little bit further. Let's just have a little look. I think she's a 5-door. But you see what I mean about how it's difficult it is to identify it when it's on the ground sometimes until she turns side on. And let's just get her going out because she's going to make a racket, isn't she? Might be 200. Just looking for those the wing tips to see if they're raked at the moment. Now I think these might be Pratt and Whitneys as well on this 777. Look at him winding them up, man. Look at him winding those engines up. One, two, three. She is a 4-door. So now this particular aircraft will not have any winglets, I don't think, because it's only the 777 freighters that have the raked wingtip. So as you can see here, she is most definitely a one. Where's that one over the door? Hold on a minute. See, you still make mistakes, man. Wow. 1, 2. That is one over the wing there, isn't it? That's a 5-door, isn't it? There you go. But where's the tip? Let me just see the wingtip. Is that a 4-door or is... Oh, what happened there? Oh, no. Hold on a minute. Oh, what happened there? Hold on a minute. Where was I? Oh, that is so annoying when that happens. Oh, where were... Just for the... Oh, there we go. That's handy.
John Carter, good afternoon. Johnny's in the house. John Carter.
Just have a little look here. Yeah, because there'd always be one over the wing here, won't there? Or is there? I'm getting a little bit confused here. Is that a 4-door? Because the undercarriage, the APU, and everything that you see in there. But let's just watch it rotate. Look at
another early departure.
Nice. So I know that American operate the 200s and the... she's a 300. She's a 300, folks. Look at that rate wingtip. See the rate wingtip? It was just difficult. I just couldn't see the over-wing door, that was all. But look at that wingtip. That is the rate wingtip of a 777 300. No doubt about it. Look at that. There you go. You really see that rate tip now. It's not squared off, you know, like you see on the old 200s. Oh yeah, she's a beauty. Here comes it. Now this is a 200. Big booming 777 Trent 7s bolted to her.
Hardly making any noise at all because the wind is carrying.
You'll see the difference. See what I mean there? 1, 2, 3, 4. There wasn't one over the wing, but also it was just a... It might be my curved screen because I've moved it so that you guys can see it a little bit better. It might be that's... Oh, listen to those engines. Dirty flaps, mate. Look at the dirty flaps. Why not? Wow, that went out low. Getting hit by those winds. Now you can see it's got much more straightened off wingtip. Everything else apart from the fuselage length. Wait a minute. I'm just wondering. Are they using 777-200 ER or LRs with British Airways? Some of them, I think the long range variant might have the wingtip. See, you learn things. Because that looks like a wing. That looks like a rate wingtip, huh? That might be a 200 ER. Yeah, I know they've got the 200 ER and LR. Yeah, and in which case, right? Okay, so here's your Dreamliner, folks. If we can get the bleeding flipping lampposts out of the way. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Now look at the side profile of that Dreamliner right there. The whole drop at the front of the nose is very, very. It's very curved and very nicely done. Blends in so well with that. It's a 200 ER, yeah. But you can't really see it here at the moment. I might zoom in on the engine cowls in a minute. You can see the point, the wingtip point here. Even the 300 ER 777 doesn't have that. You know, that elongated, like pointy wingtip, which is really noticeable when she's sort of like when she's in a banked shot as well. APU on the Dreamliner, if you can just see here at the back end, it's the only one If you're ever wondering whether what is that an A350 or is that a 777 or whatever it might be, or is that a Dreamliner? Best way to notice it is the scalloped engines, because it is, apart from the 737 MAX, it is the only aircraft apart from the 4-engine 747-800 running these scalloped engine cowls. So that's one way to see it. But this tip here, the APU tip, is quite a long titanium cone on the back of the Dreamliner, which is really noticeable. I might go in on the cowls now. You can see the cowls there. Oh, it's just such a great shot, isn't it, when you're watching it back? It's just flat out, look. Now you watch the wings flex up as he gathers speed, and then when he takes to the air, those things literally flex right up. Look at that, flexing up about 2 meters from the straight.
Beautiful wing profile on the Boeing 787 Dreamliner there.
Too right, mate. But there it is. There's that beautiful wing flex, which is now else like it in the world. Who's this bloke? Who's this bloke?
At London Heathrow, perhaps.
Spit it out.
Quite a few of you will probably not.
In your own time.
The retros. Anyway, we want.
Won't keep you. I've only been keeping you about 10 minutes. Oh, what's that coming out? Is he going to maintenance? Maintenance bound, isn't he? No, he's not. Look. Sorry. It's just it's the 747 coming out. Sorry. Oh, baby. And this will be more or less the last depart. Oh no! Wait a minute. That can't be right. We've got a 777 coming in. Is this jumbo going to go out after the switchover? Oh, you know what he's going to do? He's going to turn right. He's going to do a full 180. Hey? No, sorry. Okay, so first of the arrivals, this is after switchover.
Now, it's direct headwind, so
okay, here we go.
We're not going to get any unlikely to anyway.
There you go, bud. Okay, now Boeing 777. There is nothing else really like it, other than really confusing that with the A350. If that was a Dreamliner, you'd see the big flexi wing to start with. Slightly different nose profile as well, but these massive, great big GE90 engines. Even the Trent 1000s on the Dreamliner are slightly smaller size to them, and you can see that big undercarriage hanging there. Now, some people might confuse that with an A330, but if you're thinking A330, A350, no, look, no wingtips on her. No winglets, should I say, no winglets. She might have wing tips on her because she's a 300, but like raked tips. But the winglet would show that it's a straight, fenced style winglet, would show that it's a 330, and you'd see much smaller engines, and we'll see that in a second.
I get a few dodgy, it's a little bit. It's not direct anymore. Actually, it has to be said. So might get a bit of shed-induced vortex.
So as she comes towards us. Let me just put the audio on, Jilly, so that I've got
audio a little bit better, Jilly, or is it still a bit? Wow!
You can't hear me over the.
It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah. If you can put the camera audio on camera one, audio for camera one, Cathay Pacific. Now it's coming into shot, so we know, people do know that this operator only operates the 300 variant. I think I'm right in saying that. Obviously did in the past run the 200 variant, but here you can start seeing the raked tip, the pointy tip coming into shot. Three wheels on his wagon. You can see she's a big beast. And as she touches down, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doors, and here come the reversers coming on now. See the reverser doors shifting backwards. That's where he turns on. Right, there's your touchdown. There's your touchdown. Look at that. Look at that. It's a bit smoky, wasn't it? A bit smoky, that touchdown. Look at that. Boom. Watch the sliders. Nice bit of aero brake. Get that wheel down, son. You want all those brakes. Look at that. Still. He's down. Nice. So there's your 777, ladies and gentlemen. And there is what I was talking about with the wedge. There's the wedge. See here? See, it's like literally squared off wedge on the 777. Right, let's just have a little look here. Okay, so there's another 777, and this I think is another 300 because she's got raked tips.
Going on there, my old mate.
Grease is in. Nice.
Big foot on the ground.
5 doors, look. It's another 5-door. All right, let's see what we get next. Okay, here comes your Dreamliner. Now, here's your Dreamliner profile, folks. Am I going to get this? All right.
Goodbye.
See if I can get this between the posts.
Okay, VA Dreamliner, and we all know what happened with that Dreamliner in there.
There we go. So, wingtip, very pointy, twin engine. Big flexy wing there. You can still see her wings are flexed far more than a 777 or a 350. 350 has easy for you to say, has hardly any wing flex at all. This is a carbon wing flex. Yeah, yes. This is a car. I'll keep going. But you can't see at the moment exactly how many undercarriage she's got. So now the thing is that a Dreamliner 787. Not 8, 9 or 10 all have the same undercarriage configuration, so 4 wheels either side. It's not like the A350 where they have a 6-wheel configuration. These all have, even on the 1000 of this variant, they have the the 10, the dash 10 variant. They have the 8, 9 and 10.
In the viral video, so
struggling a bit. Look at this.
Imminent on the back of the stack.
Oh, we got a jumbo coming in, folks. And look at this beautiful flexi wing, man. Look at that. Now, when she comes in, look how low she is to the ground. Look how low how short this undercarriage is. How stubby she is. Oh, easy, son. See, they've got strong headwind, which is why it's a little bit difficult to get that front end down. It's a bit sort of like. See, look how low she is. See how low that aircraft is compared to like the 350s and the like. Look, she's clean. Look at her flaps, man. Look at her flaps. Beautiful. Just everything there. You see, it's just great. It's great, isn't it? Love it. Love it. Love it. Profile 777. What is it, folks? What variant is that? Difficult to tell, isn't it? Difficult to tell. Who's going to get that right? Chotch is having a funny 5 minutes. Don't the aero brakes ruin the engines, though? Richard Sinnett's asking. Aero brakes is something that it happens quite a lot on the A330 because of that big wing. But the key is, and the ruling is, to get the aircraft down on the ground as quickly as you can, because obviously you need to get as much braking power as you can. It won't ruin the engines per se, but it's just the aircraft manufacturers prefer you to use the physical wheel brakes. Lel Aviation 787, 10, 747 Classic and the 757 family are the most beautiful Boeing aircraft. 200 that. Okay, there we go. I think he's right. Lel Aviation saying that is aero brakes. Richard Sinnett, aero brakes is there are no there are just hydraulic brakes on these aircraft, apart from the electric brakes at the 787. But the aero braking is what I think you're referring to. They don't have aero brakes per se. How long they are used over time, I heard they eventually it degrades the engine. I don't quite understand. Tony e-bike Junior Oh, Tony, are you local? Could go for a ride, but I don't have my bike anymore. VP Martini, Paul Skilling, Will W. Cardiff Express 772, the correct abbreviation. A bit shorter, I always look for the wings to see if it's a 200. Well, that's the thing, you see. That can confuse you a little bit because the raked tip is on the ER, the extended range variant, I think, of the 777, and also the 200 freighters. So can sometimes get a little bit confusing. Fuselage length, engines and wings will be the giveaway. Yes, are you talking about just aircraft in general? I think that might be. But anyway, there she is at height and from a long way away. Okay, let's see. We've got 747 inbound. There's another 777 coming in there, which is there you go with. Oh, there's a jumbo over there. Okay, so here we go. Now this is what we were talking about earlier, folks. This is one of the CEO aircraft. Look at the little tiddly engines, but with the modified winglets. So this would have been the sort of like later, sort of like as they were transitioning between the CEO and the NEO, that they decided, well, I think they might have even given the airline the option to have the old winglets, the old style winglet, or the new shark clits that they have here. But they're still running the old CEO engines. So that's the way to distinguish this. And again, here we go. Two doors over the wing, one door aft and one door forward. That's a 320 right there, folks. 321 has a door aft and a door forward, and we'll see one of those in a little bit. But there we go. That's the A320, not the 319. If you remember the 319 we looked at earlier on, just had the single door over tip wing. So let's zoom on now. Oh, look at stack. Look at stack. Isn't it great? Right, let's see if we can identify any of these aircraft into stack. Let's see if we can get them all right. I think I know what they are. Let's see if you can get them all in order. Go on then. Do that one, and that one. See how many people get it right. Anthony Wren, how often do they change the wheels on any aircraft? Good question, Anthony, but the reason they only change them when it's necessary to change them, when you see a flat spot or something like that, or they are down to so they don't change them all together, they change them individually. Okay, I'm going to say that's DHL A300, without looking, the Royal Jordanian Dreamliner, and A777, which I don't know what that is. So I'm calling A300, 787 and 777. 787 because look at that wing. Look at that wing. Now it looks short, but it's so fine that it's very tippy, but also angle of attack there, spacing of engines and all that. The A300, now this is an old girl, ladies and gentlemen, and it's one of those aircraft that you sort of like just get to know from her profile. Look at those straight wings with those big pylons hanging down right at the end of each wing, which is quite rare. Normally that's much more closer to the fuselage for the flap assemblies. But a very, very old design, the A300, but a very capable freighter, it has to be said, and very popular as a passenger jet in its day as well. So I'm calling. Let's just see what other people say here. Hold on a minute. Oh, yeah. The phone locks out. Let me just do this to start with. Leave it on that. Go into settings. Put display and brightness on to never. Go into there. Open that up. Oh, I've got to do this all again, haven't I? Okay, Lel Aviation, Monarch still had 300s until 2014. A300, old banger indeed. Oh, okay, Dominic saying it is advised to change a wheel every 150 to 100 to 150 landings. That's quite a long service, but obviously, unless you can see a significant amount of damage to the wheel, like a big flat spot or something like that. Kelvin Grant. 767, 777-200, and a 777-300. He's saying, I don't know about this. I think that's definitely the A300 at the front. Second is an A320. Phil Sky saying. Interesting. Okay. Remember, this is a long way away, folks. Pat saying 320, 350, 777. Dominic saying 320, 787, 777, 787. You know, he might be right with the second one. You never won. Third one, probably 777-200. DHL A350, 787 and 777, I'm guessing Sam Beck. Second one is a 320 also. Lull Aviation asking, let's find out. Okay, first one in. I called DHL A. Oh, that was a bit of a better shot there, wasn't it? Hold on. There, hold on.
Jordanian Dreamliner.
Hold on. Oh, I'm calling it. I'm calling it. Yeah, but don't forget, I only had. It's a bit cleaner now. That's definitely DHL. I'm calling the Royal Jordanian. And obviously it's a long time ago, folks, so I don't know. I don't remember. I'm just guessing because it's Royal Jordanian by the colour, because there is no really any other airline that has that grey, browny look to it. And that's why I'm calling it RJ. We'll see if we can call the airline out on that.
Royal Jordanian Dreamliner at the front end behind.
Okay, so that's a CEO landing there. I think that's United. I think that's United. Why am I saying that's United? Look, as he just passes through the sun there, I'm saying that's United because it's got a white front end, 777. Could be Cathay Pacific. Could even be Singapore Airlines. Who knows?
Wow, really?
So this is a proper old school CEO. With the old style winglets there, look at that, really old, like the old 380 winglets, but still IAE engines, and this is a definite CEO model, A321. So here's your 321, folks. So we've done the 318, the 319, and now here is the 321. Door at the back, right at the back, door aft of the wing, door forward of the wing, and door right at the front. So there you go, folks. We've been right the way through the minibus range. Oh, well, we haven't yet. We haven't seen the 318. Are we going to see a 318 today? Okay, so this is... So this is... What did I call it? I called it, didn't I? See, look at these assemblies here. Now wait for the next aircraft to come along. You won't see such an exaggerated amount of pylons, which hold that they actually house the hydraulics, so that these flaps can be raised and lowered on. Old CFM 56 engines. I think. Look at that. I just said flying banana, didn't I?
Check out the old sport.
Look at that.
Folks, when they come up.
Look at that. And she's beautiful, man. She's a pure freighter, mate. No windows on her. No windows at all. One little one over the wing where there's a door, no doubt. But that is a pure freighter there. Look at these old spoilers that come up, man. These old air brakes. They look like shovels.
Spoilers, folks, when they come up.
So he's got his... There you go. He's got his speed brakes on there. Look at that. Like spades, man. And he's heavy on the brakes. Listen to the brakes squealing.
Wow.
He wanted that exit.
That is insane. That is just absolutely insane.
So there you go, folks. A300. So remember, the A330 that we're going to look at in a bit has a very similar APU, but that is a very 767 APU style as well. So some of these things are a little bit. You need to keep watching them. Once you become more familiar with them, then you'll be able to identify them.
Aircraft must be either empty or carrying a load of polystyrene. Because I tell you what,
it's a very similar aircraft to the 767. That.
Touchdown.
Okay, what was the next one coming up? I called the Dreamliner with Royal Jordanian, didn't I? And here it is. Bosh. Kaboom. Oh, isn't she beautiful though? Look at that big flexi wing. Okay, and now I'm calling United 777-300 next. Oh, that lovely old 300. Look.
Freight dogs flying the DHL. Did you say this was
VP Martin. Oh, mind that. Oh, what's that? Oh, here we go. It's Saudia. Okay, Saudi Arabian Airlines. And how do I know that? It's because it's got a slightly... You put the liveries together. It's a bit like knowing your favourite. It's almost like muscle memory, isn't it? Like when you go to the or visual memory. When you go to the identification memory. When you go to the shops, you automatically see different brands and stuff like that you identify with, and you just know they're regulars, so you pick them out off of the shelf. And so when you've watched these enough and filmed them enough, you know, you get to know these things. It's a fully full dark tail, so that's not United. It's also got a slightly grey upper livery to it, and this little pinstripe that runs here separating the belly and the top end. We know that it's a 777. She's got extended winglets. That's a 300, but I'm calling that this is Saudi Arabian Airlines. Easy, son. What's that? Uh-oh.
What a flash.
Oh, dear. Oh, did we have... So there she is, ladies and gents. Saudi Arabian Airlines 777-300. She's a 5-door. Look, 5 doors. Boom. Big set of wheels on her, look. Trying to get the front end down ASAP. Big set of wheels on her, look. See, there's that tri-undercarriage. There's the tri-undercarriage, 3 wheels, 6 wheels on a 777, 300 and 200. All the 777 models have that undercarriage config. So we called that. Oh, here she comes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think I need to tell anybody how to identify a jumbo jet. Do I? Really? The only 2 options that you have is a 400 and an 800. Of course, unless you're lucky enough to catch the cargo freighters that we've seen we've seen at Frankfurt, like for instance old 200 with BA's old 200 variant, wasn't it, that we've seen at and another one that we saw. But mostly the 747s you're going to see these days are 400s, and this is a beautiful old British Airways 747. Which one is it is the question. And look, you can just about see, it'll come into shot, but there you go. There is the a fenced style winglet, which is what's known as a fenced style, which is almost a vertical winglet, that were more or less the first to come into sort of like play in terms of introducing winglets. But of course, this angle of attack, the big set of undercarriage on her, you know that is the only thing that you could possibly, people might confuse it with, would be an A340 600. But even then, you're talking about a single bogey wheel or body gear in the middle here, as opposed to this big giant setup here. And you could call that a 380 if you wanted to, but you can just see this distinctive nose here. Look at that, and how high up as well the cockpit is. On a 380, the cockpit's down here. Remember, when you see that, and we'll see one in a bit, but look how high up that cockpit is, 30 odd feet up in the air. Oh, look at this beautiful piece of artwork here. Oh, a bit of a power up here. Look, you can see the engines powering up. So the captain's got this manual at the moment, or his first officer's got it. So he's controlling the throttles and controlling the aircraft with the yoke. Look at that flexed wing, man. Oh, she's beautiful. Get it down, get it down, get it down. Yeah, look at that, and everything comes. Yeah. Go on, girl. That's the one world as well. Who was it? Did we see a reg? IVC, Victor Charlie, I think. Is that, yeah, that's Victor Charlie, isn't it? Yeah. All 4 reverses in action, but very little reverser action on the 747s with British Airways, because they just roll them all the way down to the end of the runway to Terminal 5. But look at that flexing of those horizontals. And that's down to braking, the aircraft shuddering due to its braking, but also the amount of turbulent air that's being kicked up by the engines reversing as well. What's that? Okay, that's something Turkish by the looks of it. That's a 320 CEO, I think, but a latter CEO, not a Neo, because the Neos have got a very distinctive look for that big giant engine, which we'll see if we can get. Is another Dreamliner, which we're very familiar with now. Gulf Air's Dreamliner. Look at that. Very nice indeed. A jumbo jet. Oh, look at that jumbo climbing out. Oh, there's nothing like it, is there? Look at her, man. And I just pull away because it's like, oh well, no one will be along in a minute. It's like, oh, little do you know, young man. Okay, this is a little CEO, another little CEO, very old CEO with Aer Lingus. As you can see there, 320, 2 doors together over the wing. However, I will say, and people might be correcting me on this, but EasyJet have a special 319 variant, which normally has just a single door over the wing, but their variant is because they've added more seats at the back, taken out the galley, and as a result, they've in order to do that, to put more passengers on board, they've had to put another door over the wing, another escape door over the wing. Because of FAA regulations or whatever it might be. Now look at that, folks. There you go. Let's have a look at that, shall we? Are you close enough to have a look at that? Can I get any closer than that or not? Is that, is it gonna start to get a bit funky? Yeah, it's funky. Oh, that's too funky, isn't it? Yeah, sorry, it's too funky. So Ethiopian A350, which we've seen at Heathrow many for a few years now, but there's a way of checking whether it, because you can think, okay, is that a Dreamliner? Well, first of all, the A350, all of the A350s come with the XWB engine on it. So the XWB engine does not have the scalloped cowls like you see on the Dreamliners. So that's the way, first of all, to check that this is a 350. Secondly, the winglet, the upswept winglet, all carbon winglet on the A350, don't have that on a 330 or a 777, apart from the new 330 Neo. So if that was a 330 Neo and a 350 parked next to each other, you're in trouble in terms of identifying it, because the A330 Neo also has a Trent 7000 engine on it, which looks very similar to that. The front of the Neo looks kind of similar to that, but the APU on the 330 is also very similar to that. So the one way to distinguish that, I would have said, the biggest way to distinguish that from being not an A330, look at Boeing in the background there. I just noticed that, look, Boeing in the background. Oh my goodness me. But that is the A350. She's quite low to the ground, I have to say. But yeah, even the tail, the A350 has a slightly more sort of like, it seems to be slightly smaller than the or less, shallower than the 330. 330 sort of like rakes forward a little bit more and has more of a sort of join to it. We'll have a look at that in a minute. So that's a 350. It's an Iberia A320. Or is that 319, because it's got one door over the no, it's 321. Sorry, my apologies. There it is. 321. 2 doors over the one forward, one aft of tip wing. Got the old CFM56 engines on that one, as you can see. They're different than the IAE engines that we see on the BA engines. These are the shorter, well, I say shorter, the engine cowls, it's just the cowling system on a IAE is longer. The core itself is probably about the same size, but it just works better for IAE, whereas CFM56 is a slightly shorter engine, and something that you can, another Dreamliner. And there's your cowls. You see, you can really see the cowl there on the Dreamliner, the scallop cowl. And there's that conical, another big way of giving away that that's a Dreamliner. Just look at the engine scallops, the scallops on the engine cowls. Have a look at the winglet, but definitely that tip is a Dreamliner. The Dreamer tip. Is there something coming out? No. Is it really? Is it rolling up there now, is it? Oh, okay, so here we go, folks. Here's your first Neo of the day. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now, again, this could be a CEO, because some of the CEOs... A clean sky out there, mate. Good possibility of seeing that TAP Neo, but this is the new NEO, the new engine option variant from Airbus with the single aisle aircraft, and the way to know that it is an NEO is literally the size of the engines. When you put that next to a CEO, you'll see the engines are much smaller. These are like little mini GE90s, which are great and they sound fantastic as well. But that's the best way to check that that is a Neo, because everything else is exactly the same as a CEO. And if you see it side on, there you go. Nice big set of engines on her, and that is interesting. So the Neo 321 has a different door configuration. So by the engines you can obviously tell, but the door configuration is large door here, large door there, then no forward door, but there's an over the wing exit. So that's just the configuration that they went with, which works well, which works best. So she's being towed, isn't she? Dreamliners, remember the Dreamliners, the Virgin Dreamliners, they're all fixed now, aren't they? Oh, 380 going out, Emirates, look. And we all know that profile, ladies and gents. You cannot not know what that is when you look at it, because it's obviously got no hump. It's just a straight upper fuselage, just big, just everything's just massive. It's an A380. And of course, oh, look at that beautiful aeroplane there.
Watching, so welcome
so
to
who's that?
Broad Rideau, tuning in from Norfolk.
Victor Delta.
From Norwich, Chris Badger.
Victor Delta, that is. Oh, here comes another 300, look. It was the old banger, look.
The passenger aircraft, should I say.
Nicely done. Greased it.
Oh, it's greased that. Nicely done, sir. Don't get any FedEx in here.
Is he going to make that in? No way is he going to make that
I'm taking a...
Okay. Hello, he's got special livery there. Look, what's that? Brian Adams. Oh, this is the Brian Adams tour that he did. Yeah, you remember that? Everything I do, do it for you, and it's in my heart, do. Okay, tap is rolling. Yeah, summer of '69. Yeah, oh, that is a classic. You've got to love that. You've got to love that, regardless of your. Okay, you've got camera one on main shot, yeah, Jelly? On main. And camera one audio is... Oh, I can hear something coming. Is she turning? Is she turning? folks, this is the A330 NEO Neo. See if we get a shot of her. She's going to be in the clouds though, mate. Okay, a live shot. Come on, girl. Oh, she sounds like she's... No, it sounds like she's going long, mate. Oh, no, hold on. No, Trent 7000's on her. No, she's gone long, mate. She's definitely gone long. Come on, back inside. Come on. Oh, but 5 more minutes, Dad. No, come on. Inside. Come on. Oh. Oh, okay, okay. All right, another 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, Emirates rolling now, folks. Emirates 777. This will be a, what, a 300? They're not flying their freighters in. Not. No, they have. Oh, okay, okay, they have got their Sky Cargo in. Okay. Yeah, it's like being at school in a funny sort of way. Make notes, man. Make notes. Remember distinctive little things, isn't it? I've got something coming towards me now, Jelly. What's this? No? What just took off? That Emirates 777. No! Oh, she's gone north. Shy. She don't tell me it's nothing I'm meant for. Do-do-do. I can't tell you if you feel now one more. You stupid boy. Okay, right, back to school. Come on. We can have a wee break in a minute. We're gonna have a wee break in a minute because I'm gonna need a wee break in a minute, and also need to. So we've got camera. Go back. Switch cameras, Jilly. Yeah, camera. Da-di-da-di-da. All right, thank you. Okay, so they can see that beautiful British Airways 747. Victor Oscar quite clearly now. She's probably, I don't even want to think where she is, Kemble or something like that. Just, that's Victor Oscar. Okay, what we got here? That's, there we go, another Neo. There we go. Bosh, get it down. Another 321, I think. It's just the length of it. If you look at the length of it. Oh, man, wouldn't even know he's there. There you go. You can see that she's long. Indicating that she's. Oh, look, you can see right through it. Remember what I was talking about? Look right through the engines. Look at that. See right through the engines. There's the little core there, little core, and the big fan blades. That's the way. You do that with an IAE engine or a CFM56, you will not see through the engine like that. I don't think so. Anyway. Look at that. Look at it. And I think we should do a quiz based on today. Let's see. Then we'll find out who was paying attention. Yeah, hey. So keep looking. Oh, look at that, man. Oh, no, look at that.
Just the dance of the Queen. Look at that.
Oh, that hurts, man. That, honestly, it hurts. It really does hurt.
Eurowings. A320.
Little tiny 320.
See the blister on the back there, folks. The big...
777, or is it 777? Look, you know that's a 777 as I bring that in shot. Don't get confused. Look at the wing. It has quite a flexy wing on the 777. Don't get me wrong. But look at the APU. It's square on the 777. No other aircraft like it.
Big blister that you see on the back of the aircraft, folks.
Another CEO. Oh.
By the way.
Now right there, as she's banking there, you can again be mistaken to think that that is a Dreamliner, because look how flexy that wing is. But the Dreamliner wing is just more pointy.
Obviously, you know.
Oh wow, look at that.
Multitasking.
Look.
Yes.
Just such a pleasure to just get shots like that again, man. I can't wait to get out there with you guys. Now look at that for a wing profile. Unfortunately, we just missed that. Look at that cloud in the background. Just see if we can get that. I don't know if you can just about get that. Look how flexed those wings are. Now you know that that's a Dreamliner. Now here coming in here as well, this is pre-geared down, folks, so they're more than 4 miles out. But you can see this aircraft here. Now, this could be an A320 from that distance, or it could be a 320 Neo. No gear down at the moment, so we'll see which ones they are. So we've got some pretty standard American Dreamliner coming out. Mind that. Hello. Oh, 380 just come into shot as well. Then. Boom. You just know.
Is that the Emirates 380?
You just know that is.
There we go.
Okay, SAS Neo, ladies and gents, in the beautiful old livery. I've got to say, I much prefer the old livery than I do the new. I still love that old livery. But look, you can see she's a Neo. Why do you know she's a Neo? Oh. Slinger. Jilly's got a pound on it being a slinger. Okay. I've just called out on here though that I think it's I think it was the Emirates that was due in. That's what I've just said on here anyway. Okay. So they can still hear me, yeah? Lovely SAS 320 Neo, 2 doors over the wing, 1 forward, 1 aft. Lovely aircraft. Beautiful. Birdie's tweeting as well. Oh, Negus! So look, we see Boeing, we see Negus, look, there she is, man. Oh, man, it's just like... Oh, listen to the birds tweeting. Okay, so now this is where you sort of like you get to know your airlines as well as your aircraft. So you can be mistaken to think that this is Virgin. Easily, you can think that's a Virgin Dreamliner, and that's why sometimes it's like. But I'm just about to see an A there. So this is Avianca Dreamliner.
It's your Avianca Dreamliner.
Okay, he just said it. massive it is. Sorry for the problems with the bond here, folks. We're having a problem with this. So now here comes the Virgin Dreamliner.
Let's get a shot. See how squat this undercarriage is, man.
Bosh.
Oh, it's great.
Now watch as the weight of the aircraft, because now, if you can appreciate, this aircraft is on the ground, okay? So it's no longer a flying machine. It's now become a vehicle. Okay, so you'll see the weight of that whole aircraft suddenly be transferred to the struts here of the undercarriage. You can see the stanchions there. It's like a motorcycle fork, if you can imagine a motorcycle fork. So as he comes down, he's just greasing it, then the weight starts to come down, and you can see the back section, which is hinged, yeah, but it's got hydraulic hoses that, well, actually electrical hoses, not hydraulic hoses, but electrical components, which basically are flexy, so that it can hinge down as it drops onto all the weight down onto the undercarriage, as you can see here. So if I it's probably better if I run it.
Oh, it's greased that.
No, you didn't get a really good shot of it. Say it, baby. Nice, beautiful, clean Virgin Atlantic Dreamliner. Here we go with the old big boy. Look, now you can tell that between a 747 and an A380. Ain't no doubt about it. I mean, undercarriage configuration, yeah, very much sort of like on the same sort of level as the 747, although the body gear is even though it's four wheels on the body gear, it's just a bigger component here, bigger engines on the 380. And look what I said earlier on about the where the pilots sit. Look how low down it is compared to the 747. 747 cockpit is right
What
up there.
language am I speaking? Well, if you listen out for it.
There we go. See, now you can see if that was a 747, you'd have the hump to start with. Just everything about it. You just know that that's a 380.
Here's one, folks. Rudder.
The wings flex. Yeah. Is it back working, Jimmy? Christopher Fisher, I think that might be your connection. I don't think we've got anybody else complaining about lagging and all that sort of stuff, have we? I think it might be Christopher. Maybe Christopher Fisher needs to do a reset. Oh, here we go. What do we want? A Dash 8. Here we go, folks, and we all love it.
So here's your dash.
Look at this. Now, spindly, the way the configuration of the undercarriage with the ATR. I think it's got body gear, and it doesn't. I think the ATR is body gear and not coming out of the engine assembly and all of this section here. And also, I mean, ATR has the T-tail as well, but I think the ATR has a fold-out undercarriage, and this is very distinctive, showing the Dash 8 big beautiful blades on her as well. But,
Always a little
spindly in the wind. Look,
looks very unstable in the high winds, but I tell you what, these guys do a great job of bringing these things in dodgy condition.
Is this one of the Lufthansa ones or one of the newly old? Okay.
Because obviously they're
Or is this Brussels or something crazy? Yeah, look at that. That's one. Which one was that? Look at that.
Somebody on the feed is an engine builder with Rolls-Royce. Wow. Is that an engine builder?
Ex-Brussels, that's why. It's got that Brussels look about it. That went to Fly. Did it go to Flybe or was it? Or was it a lease company that it went to? Oh, there's another one. Look at that. Look at that. Right, one behind the other.
Okay.
This is Flybe.
Slinger in, folks.
Singapore Slinger inbound. So there is the Flybe one. Oh, we miss you guys, man. We miss you, Flybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great to see the little stuff. I love the little stuff. Oh no! No, why didn't I get a warning on that? Okay, here we go. Oh, it's right in the, isn't it? Yeah, I know, but you didn't say it's coming at you now. You just said Egypt Air Dreamliner, and I'm like, it's... Oh, okay. It's behind the clouds anyway. It's okay, it's behind the clouds anyway. That's such a shame the cloud is doing that. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work, mate. I don't think it's going to... It's not working, mate.
You see the engine's going into reverse there.
Okay. Oh, look at that. Was that? That's another 380. Here comes the Slinger, folks. Here comes the Slinger. Getting the little Neo out of the way. See, it's a 3-1. What is that, folks? It's a 3-1. What is that? Tell me what that is. See if anyone gets it. Who's going to get it first? What is that? An Airbus A3 what? Paul Skilling, Egypt Air A777. Thanks, Julie, as well for that. Aviation. Kelvin Grant, good question. Why does the A380 only have inboard engine reversers? Kelvin, that's a very good point and a very good question, and something that a lot of people ask. Reason being is because she's got so many brakes, and she doesn't need those outboard reversers because she's got everything is massive. The componentry on the wings is so big. Those air brakes, those speed brakes, or ground spoilers, whichever you want to call them, they are just humongous. So that alone, along with the reversers of the inboard engines, which is massive as well. Added to that, the braking capability of all those wheels that she has on her, she doesn't need the outboard engines. As simple as that. Well, not simple as that, but that's it. 319. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Everyone, fantastic. CEO Sandy Humby saying, yeah, you're getting it. You see, that's the 319, isn't it? Why is it? Because it's got single door over the wing, but. Yes, but a 318 has the same configuration, but is extremely short. I don't know if we're going to get. I don't know if we're going to get a 318 on this. Let's see if we do. Beautiful Egypt Air 777 banking out there, departing. Oh, another jumbo going out. Look at that. Oh man, can't we just jump in Stewie's time machine and go back to June 29th. Oh, I nearly missed it. Look. I think I nearly missed it. Look, watch. Quickly, it's landing. Oh, I missed it. Oh, but look at her, man. Look at her. Oh, we love that airplane.
Sorry, folks. Sorry.
He's on the loud pedal way before he puts the reversers on. Yeah, nice. She'll come up and taxi past us in a minute. Was that Negus? I just saw the tail. Oh, it's Negus going out there. Yeah, they do still exist, but you know that one. You know what, Negus? I found out the other day. She's all full of mould. Do you know how wet these planes get if they're left standing with no dehumidifiers, folks? She's just but these things get very wet inside because of the condensation, and it just seeps down and into the carpet. All the carpets are soaking wet. There's mould on the seats. And because Kemble haven't been able to do anything with her because of the restrictions on volunteers coming out to look after her, she's just going to wear herself out, get very tatty, you know. So they're going to have to spend. Kemble are going to have to spend a lot of money on getting her fit for display, so to speak. But I'm not sure. I'm not so sure. Lovely old Lufthansa A320, 2 doors over the wing.
Jumbo jet, is it? Kenyan Airways Dreamliner.
With the CFM 56 engines attached to it. So now what's interesting here is we're getting 777s. We haven't had a 350 yet, have we? Were they out yet? 2019, we would have had the... Yeah, we would have had... but the Asian, it would be the Asian aircraft, not so much the... BA, well, BA, look at that beautiful 380. What's that, Jilly? Yeah, we had the Ethiopian 350 over the air, but we had the... this is pre-BA and pre-Virgin, I think. 767 on push.
We're 08225.
Yes. So that would mean they were doing affiliation for probably training for UK pilots. Yeah. So you can see the 767 with her bum to you. Very little APU there. It's looking sort of like smallish. So you're like, you know what? I think that's a 767. Oh, look at that. Dual runways. Look at that. That's something high, isn't it? I bet that's a MD-11 or something crazy like that right above me. It's not fair, is it? Okay. Air Canada going out. Qatar, bound for Doha, coming out soon. So we need to keep an eye on that. So 777 there, folks. We all know what that is. Judging by her big engines on her. Look at that. Look at those big giant GE90 engines. 6 wheels either side. Just those 2 distinguishing marks. Quite a pointy nose on her, but then the 350's kind of got a pointy nose in a funny sort of way as well. Whey!
Measure it. Wow. Offer it up to their hangars.
Oh, Negus, you gorgeous aeroplane. Oh my goodness me, look at that.
Oh, there goes Negus.
Oh, how many people on that plane realised the significance?
My beautiful don't know what I'm singing at.
She's all sun glinting off her and everything. 767 on the push, folks. 767 on the push. So it's kind of quite compact compared to a Dreamliner, even a Dreamliner 800 is just sort of like wider body, bigger engines, but that's very distinctive being a 767. Now, some people might say, oh, but how do you know that's not 757? Well, for a start, the 757 is massively high up on its undercarriage for some reason. I don't know why they did that, but she's also a lot more tubular, a lot more sort of like thinner. Same sort of winglet configuration, same sort of engine, same sort of wing. Back end is much the same as well, but we'll hopefully see a 757 and be able to compare that to the 767. All Nippons 777. Now we're all getting to know that 777 now. Sit down on those mains. Wow, Biman 777 coming in on the southern runway. Look at that. Oh, Air New Zealand's triple sitting there as well. Oh, these days, man, these days. Little did we know, Turkish 777 coming at you. That'll be a 300. That'll definitely be a 5-door because they're only operating the 5 doors into London Heathrow. In fact, I think they only have 5 doors. But there's the wedge. You see, one side of the APU is visible, the other side it's not. It's completely blanked off. But there's your 5 doors. Row of 3 wheels that you've got there, 6 wheels in total on the 777, 300 and 200 on all variants of the 777 actually. Same as that ANA triple right there. As you can see, there's the APU, and you can see just as I come past here, there's your APU on the Turkish and the APU on the ANA. So there's the blanked off wedge, and there's the actual exit side of the APU with the 777. All the same configurations on the APU. So that's one way to definitely distinguish a 777 on the ground. That is from a height. It's you know, it's something that that you can quite easily. It's an old PIA 200. Look at this.
Wow.
This is PIA landing very short. Look how short he's landing. Look at that.
PIA's 777, very.
Look at that, and that's a 200. I can tell. I just know it from the length of that body there. You can just see. Am I going to get it wrong here? Wow. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4 doors on her wagon. Yeah, she is a 4-door. Look how short she is.
Wow. Reverses.
No reverses. Look how filthy that aeroplane is, man. Look how filthy those flaps are. Always makes you wonder, doesn't it, whether that...
Deployed for a very short amount.
Okay, very short deployment of the reverses. More stack activity there. Okay, little tiddlers coming in there. I think that's a 320 there. CEO because of the small engines. Not seeing anything great coming in there. Let's just see if we can find a 330. We need a 330. Ah, here we go, folks. Here's a 350. This is a 350. I'm pretty sure of it. Let's just see if we can get a lot of heat haze. I think. Now you can see the 350. Is that the Doha bound triple? Julie? Is he rolling now, or is he still lining up? Oh, he's still lining up. So I have a feeling, folks, that this is a 350. A slightly wider gate on the undercarriage. At the moment you can't really see the wingtips. Engines are sort of like the same sort of size as the Trents, but slightly pointy nose. But that might be a trick of the light. Let's just see if she gets a little bit closer. I think that is a 350. Because remember what I said earlier on about he's having a right old go, isn't he? Look, remember what I said earlier on about the wing flex on the 350 being very stiff. It's a very stiff wing, so that's why you're not seeing any flex there. This might be a Dreamliner actually. No, it's a 350. I'm pretty sure it's a 350. Oh, here we go. Here we go. 757, ladies and gentlemen. Iceland Air 757. Now, you're going, oh, that's a 767.
We always love to see.
You say that's a 767. Well, I can understand why you would say that, but really the biggest giveaway for the 757 is the massive cockpit and the tiny and the very tubular. Even the shorter variants, a very tubular, thin fuselage, because it is only a single aisle, I think, on the 757. But you can see here, it's got quite a very, you know, the canopy goes back quite some way compared to the 767. This particular aircraft, winglets, much the same as a 767, although the engines on this particular aircraft are the RB211s, two different variants, or a number of different variants of engine, of a type of engine. I can hear it. I bet she goes north. I reckon I can get a quick dip. Okay, and it's all down to the clouds. Now it's all. Okay, go full screen on it, Jelly. Go full screen on it, just in case, because it'll be. Just listen to it. That's all you're going to get to do. Listen to it. Should you have a wee break? Well, you haven't got that intermission that we put up yesterday, have you, Jelly? $757, ladies and gents. So we're going through a lot of aircraft today in terms of the ways to recognise them. Are you ready for a? If you want to go for a wee break, folks, we're going to have a wee break now, and we'll turn the mics off. Yeah, Jelly. Oh, okay. Well, I'll wait for you to do that. You can tell me when. Okay, press the button. Yeah, I have now. It is on camera 1. Okay, I'll do that right now. Hold on. And you can transition the audio over. Okay, right, I'm with you, yeah. Okay, mic going in. Okay, mic is on now. Lavalier mic is on. No. Okay, might go off. Is what? Buzzing? Right, we're back. So, is everybody sitting comfortably? You've got your pencils and pens out? Got pencil cases? Get your pencil cases open. Come on, Johns. You as well, Stevens. Hurry up. Tell you what I am going to do, folks. Had a little idea, which would be quite cool. Wow. Mike from RAF Marham. I cannot, and that's Bulldog, who's our main man at the moment with our flight sim stuff. I have to say, looking forward to seeing the flight sim stuff tonight. Christopher Fisher as well, and Rab H sending in stuff. Mr. Cook, Luke Cook saying, Mr. Dyer, I broke my power, Mr. Dyer. Well, hurry off now and go and get another one. You can go down to the riverside, Keith, but be very careful if you go down to the river, folks. It's very high at the moment. Okay. Okay, we have standed by. Dog ate my homework. Okay. Yeah, I was just going to say. I think what I'm going to do is with these the 747 instructions for the Airfix model. They're so brittle and old. They've gone all brown over with age. I'm going to frame this. I think if I can, when I'm all done with the model, which is quite some way off. Right. Okay. Are you all sitting down now? Everyone ready? Okay, I've got the oven going, so as soon as that fires up, then I'm going to have to run out there and put me vegetarian thingy-me-jigs on. Okay, here we are then. Oh, look at that. Oh, I've got the ACT 747 on radar. Has he just come in? Or is he... Okay, he's just come in. Air ACT, we've got an Atlanta-bound Dreamliner, that's Air Canada going out. See what else we've got. Okay, right. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is a 757. Put that next to a 767. And it's quite understandable that people would make the mistake, but just look at the length of her fuselage, or look how spindly her.
Go flare it, son. Nigga, flare it.
Easy. Way. Ooh. Hey. Oh, what is this? Was this the Icelandair one, Jilly? Look at that. It was a 767, but this is a proper old. Look, watch. pulled it out the bag though. So look how spindly she is, but look how high up she stands off the ground.
Wow! That was a remake.
That was a great shot. And the great thing is, folks, that what I can do is I can do something like this. Look, watch this, watch this. I can do this. Hold on. Easy shot. Right, I take that. I do my in point there, and then I do my out point there. I do that. We take that folder, that piece. In fact, what I do is I bring that down on the timeline here. Bring that down on the timeline here. Now you can see over here. What I've got over here is my working. So as soon as I bring that over there, what you're seeing there is what I'm working on. So that then, just make sure that we've got. So I can do this. I can unlink these two. So I'm leaving the audio as it is.
We always love to see the. Go flare it, son. Nigga, flare it.
Okay, so we bring it back here, and we hit C on there, which is a little. It's the little razor that you can see there. Now we go through to here, and then once she's down, we do that to there. Bring that out here like this, and just see. There we go. Speed duration. Bring that down to about. In fact, to tell you what I'll do, I'm just gonna bring that right to the point of.
Flare it, son. Nigga, flare it.
Okay, here we go. So just about there is where we need to. Okay, to there. Pull that up there. Speed duration. Do that at sort of like 30%. Okay. Okay, and then the good thing is what you need to do on speed duration when you're doing this, the frame sampling, the time interpolation, you put it on optical flow because that makes it a much smoother transition. Now the one thing is that we don't have enough audio on it.
We always love to see the. Go flare it, son. Nigga, flare it.
Bosh. And there it is. But that's that sort of thing. That's the sort of thing that we can do in the editing suite when you're looking at editing it. But we'll just get back with this now in terms of slowing it down and that sort of thing. But we're not going to use that, so we'll just cut that out. Delete. So there you have 757 again, folks. The APU. Sorry. The APU, very 760-70, can quite easily be mistaken for a 760-70, especially as it goes further down the runway.
Wow!
But look how high off the ground she is, and I think she'll actually taxi past us, so we'll get a good. Okay, so here we go, A350. Now there is an A350, ladies and gentlemen. She has this very distinctive droop at the end of the cockpit canopy. It's sort of like this very last part of the canopy droops like this, which gives it that sort of like almost swallow looking canopy, and that is very distinctive with the A350. Quite a pointy nose. Look, see how far down the nose actually ends, you know, or you know, it's a lot further down. This 777 sort of like around about here. Engine size and wheels, at this point in time you can't tell whether it's a 900 or a 1000. Wingtips,
the curved wingtip, ladies and gents. That's what makes you think big twin, curved wingtip. What other big twin has a curved wingtip? Well, only the A330 NEO, which is not as curved as the A350. So once you start seeing it coming in the shot, you know that that's an A350.
Right here, folks, British Airways, by request of British Airways, Airbus Intermission A350.
Oh, this is the test aircraft.
1000.
Oh, it's the 1000. So at this point in time, you still don't know whether this is the. So this was a very special visit, and I think that this was for pilot affiliation with Virgin Atlantic, British Airways actually. So basically, British Airways pilots were flying out to Toulouse, jumping on this aircraft and operating it into London Heathrow just for affiliation before they took delivery of their 350s, I think.
Piece of history right here, folks. British Airways, by request of British Airways, Airbus Intermission A350 1000 on loan to British Airways.
I think this is the carbon as well, or is it the blue one? See now, look there. You can see. Look at that. Look at that. This area here, ladies and gents. That's your giveaway. At the moment, still can't see whether she's a 1000, other than the fact she's got 1000 written there. But to anybody looking at that aircraft, you wouldn't be able to distinguish whether that's a 900 or a 1000 until the undercarriage, until you start to see. So these are trainee pilots, new. So these will be A330 pilots probably trying this aircraft out. Look at that, man. Now you know it's a 1000. Look at the tri-undercarriage. Bosh! She's down. A350 1000 Airbus XWB. They call it XWB as well, ladies and gents. Not just because, Rolls-Royce named this particular engine the XWB specifically because it is only available on the A350. It's not been developed for any other aircraft. It was developed by Rolls-Royce exclusively for the A350 variant, which would have peed off a few people at General Electric probably, but they've got very good relationship with all the engine manufacturers, but it's just the XWB worked out right. But the actual the actual profile of the Airbus A350 is that, and I learned this from Scotty actually, British Airways A350 captain. The body itself, if you looked right down the side of it, you'd see that here it actually straightens out as opposed to a curve like you get with the Dreamliner, 777 and so on and so forth. The outer edge here has a very slight straighter edge to it to expand and pull out the width of the fuselage, hence calling it the extra wide body. Should we just go through that again without my interruption? Let's just go through it again. Here she comes. Quite heavy. Nice. Before British Airways even took delivery of their first A350, folks. The Asian operators were starting to operate them. Thai Airways.
What about that 76?
Singapore Cathay. But that was a we were very fortunate to have that day. There's your 757. Look, there's your 757, folks. Look how old school that front end is there on the 757. And how far round this this canopy comes as well. But she's high off the ground as well, and she's thin. That's the way to tell a 757.
Oh, we're good. Where are you going? Where's he going? Oh, mate, why are you turning right for, man?
Because he's British Airways, mate. He's going down there, isn't he? He's stupid. Really nice if you had to come up this way, but we've had him at Toulouse, and we'll We'll see. We'll have to do another aircraft recognition show with especially the A330 NEO. Let's just have a look and see how far we get with this. Bish bosh bash. Oh, little Star Alliance. Little CEO though. She's a CEO. Look. 320, 2 doors over the wing. Getting to know it, aren't you? You're getting. Oh.
Okay, keep it running. Keep it running.
777-300 ER on its way to Los Angeles. These
350.
now you can see the different, massively different profile between this and a 350, folks. Obviously, you haven't got that upswept winglet or sharklet at the end. Slightly larger engines than normal, but not as big as the XWBs. And I think this is an old 200 with Trent 700s or GEs. Okay, there we go. She is a 4-door, and she has got Rolls Royces on her. So it's one of those things that you just get so used to seeing so often. Beautiful Rolls Royce on those engines.
If you want to see a lot more of the...
And you can. There's another 350. Look at that. Okay, so now this must be one of the foreign carriers. One of the.
It's a wild show, and we are live all
Whoa,
day.
easy, son.
Always a great show for everybody to join in as well.
Who's this then? So this is the 350, folks. Look at that Dove style canopy that you can see there, and it is. You go from Malaysian. I think you're right. I'm now seeing the ribbons here. This could be
Malaysia.
Oh, it is
Malaysian Airlines 350 900.
Good call, Gillian Prestwood.
One in,
so he's getting ripped a bit by the old shed effect. Easy.
yeah, you're going to get to see.
1600 plus XWB engines have been ordered worldwide. Richard Hodge. Wow. So that's for 800 aircraft. Interesting, Kelvin Grant. Wonder what call sign she used on ATC. Did she have Speedbird as was on loan to BA? Possibly operated under test flight number, I'd imagine. But who knows? Good question, Kelvin. Very good question. Chris Capello, he caught that flying on the 4th. There you go. So now just wind that a little bit back just to get her touchdown. See if we can get the end. Now you can see she's only got 2 sets of wheels on the 900. That's how you can tell she's a 900. Obviously, the 1000 is a lot stretchier, and also look at that pointy nose. Kind of from that angle almost can be thought of looking a bit like a Dreamliner, but obviously no scallops on the cowls and different winglets. If you're confused, then always look at the engines and the winglets. But there is a definite distinctiveness between the 350 and the Dreamliner in terms of what she looks like. Oh, there's something gone wrong in it. There's something gone wrong, isn't it? Yeah, it's gone wrong. Oh. Yeah, no, that's the one that's just gone out. Yeah, that's the one that's just gone out. Singapore Airlines. She'll go north. But you never know. Oh, is it? Okay, so there's a 350 for you, folks. All carbon aeroplane. Oh, really? BA 777 in from Glasgow. Okay, so here we go. All your little stuff. This is Dreamliners 747. Look at that. Unmistakable shot. You can see that big hump on the front. You know it's a jumbo. Massive tail on her as well. big flexi wing with those big winglets on her as well. The big says Dreamliner. See if we get a 330. I haven't had a 330 yet. As I say, there's a 330 Virgin 330 taxi now for departure. Now, the 330, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because just at the front nose section there, you could be mistaken for a 767, a 777, or whatever it might be, especially when you can't see the inside of it there. But look at the winglets there.
Yeah.
Those style of winglets, the fence style, which is only on the 747 and on the A330 and the A346, of course. Now, obviously, if that was a 346, you'd have another set of engines on her, and she would be a lot longer. But the little Air France, I think that's a 319, isn't it? Is that 319? It's not 318, is it? No, that's a 319. Or is that the 318? I'm wondering. Hold on a minute. Are you sure that's not the little 318? Sometimes get a bit confused because I can't see the size of from the profile. Yeah, because the tail.
57 landing with was just phenomenal.
You sure? Are you sure? No, man. Yeah, I can, and it is. I reckon that's a 318. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't really see it. Oh, here we go. Golf Romeo X-Ray Kilo. Golf Romeo Foxtrot Dash Golf Romeo X-Ray Kilo. I think that's a 318.
It was just phenomenal.
It is a 319. Yeah, I was just looking at the door. I was just looking at the size of the tail, and that kind of gives it away that it is in proportion with the rest of the aircraft. Whereas the 318 tail is just ridiculously big compared to the fuselage. Yeah, Paul Skilling 319. Yeah, thank you guys, appreciate that. Oh, stack it up. Wow, that's a big stack of little ones, look. Time. Oh, South African Airways A330. Oh, I hope they come back into service. She's being towed out from her remote position where she would have been sitting after arriving in the morning, and now she's going to gate for her trip down to Joburg, I think it is. But that's an A330 CEO, not an NEO. Look, she's got the same tips as the almost as the 747, but in terms of the Airbus fleet, A340 and A330, regardless of what aircraft it is, all have those fence style winglets. A340 300 has the same. There's something here. The dog. Ho ho, hee hee, ha ha. Hello, mate. Thank you, John. Thank you. You shouldn't have done that, man. That's not fair. Yeah, you shouldn't have done that one because I've got that one. Anyway, I think I'd rather have that one than Who's Dreaming of a White Christmas. Anyway, right, we're back in. Oh, let me put the timer on for those vegetable nuggets. Okay, let's do them for a good 9 minutes because I like them well done. I don't like them all soggy. But there we go. So who have we got in? Dominic, depending on clouds, you might see an RAF BAE 146 in a couple of minutes. How long ago was that? Definitely won't see anything like that. Don't know what the time the sim show is at the moment, folks. It depends on what time we finish this, really. I think the best thing to do, let's go through to 4 o'clock with this, shall we? Let's just go through to 4 o'clock with this, and then we'll break for 2 hours, yeah, and then come back at about 6 o'clock. How about that? Does that work for everybody? And then we can do an hour. We can do an hour in this. So we'll just take the sim as far as we can take it. A330 right there for. Okay. So remember we saw that's SAS Neo earlier on. So this is the CEO variant in the same livery, which I love. It just doesn't look so sexy in the CEO livery, but I'd still prefer, you know, the wow, it's quite bouncy old landing, wasn't it? Hey. 321, folks. 321. Look, door at the back, door at the front of the wing. There you go. That's the way to see that you've got a 321 on your hands. 777 going out. Oh, here we go. I can hear it. It's not going to be that. I can hear it. Oh my God. Jimmy, go main screen. Go main screen on camera 1. Main screen, camera 1. Oh, come on, man. Where are you? Come on, son. Come on. Don't climb anymore. There he is. Yeah, Domo. Dominic from RAF Bryce Norton gave us the heads up on that one. Wow, I didn't, because normally they're really high if they're coming out Bryce, aren't they? He's very low. He's only at 8,000 feet. Is he? Oh, he's out Bristol. Blimey, it's even further. So he's taken a very low trip from Bristol. Wow. That's got to be some kind of governmental sort of thing, innit? Chantilly lace, sorry. Had that song on in my mind ever since yesterday, folks, because this fella who ordered a mug and a t-shirt, he lives in Chantilly, doesn't he, in the United States of America. So there's that song. Right, what do we have here, folks? Let's see who recognises this aeroplane that we've got on the screen right now. You've got camera 2 main, yeah, Jilly, you've switched. Okay. Well, thank you, Dominic. Okay, let's see who's recognised this aircraft. The first up with it is Richard Hodge. There we go, A220 with Swiss. Quite often the door towards the rear of the 321 is permanently armed with a cruise station by it. Okay, yes. Because they don't really use the galleys anymore like they did before. Anyway, here we go. A220 Neo Mini 350, Richard Hodge saying yes indeed. CS100 Lel Aviation saying hey. Shane Smith 220, John Gibson 220, Paul Skilling 220, Craig Mollins saying 320. No, Craig, but it's good that you're sort of like understanding and watching. Paul Skilling, Swiss, Scott Tarpley, A220. Diesel 13, 220, I think. Tracy Byram getting it right as a 220. Now, when you look at that compared to a 320 Neo, ladies and gents, the biggest thing that gives it away is the nose. Very, very spaceship-esque style nose on her, and also the winglets are raked at an angle, as opposed to on the Neo where they're really tall and they sweep up like that. And also, but the engines are around about the same size. Fuselage makeup, undercarriage, and all that's much the same. But this front, the nose section, is what's very distinguishable about her. There we go. Now, when she fired, and this is powered by the Pratt & Whitney PW 1900G engine, I think, which has a very distinctive howl as she opens up the reverses. Here we go.
Let's go to reverse.
Listen to that. I did notice that before all the lockdown crap that we're doing, that the Swiss 220s were giving it loads on the loud pedal for the reversers.
Anyway,
we might get a coming. Oh, it's in a BA380. Look at this.
so this won't make a great deal of noise, folks.
Oh dear, Craig Mollins says that's embarrassing as I operate on the 319, 20 and 21s.
BA run there.
Back of the class, you Mollins, go on.
380s all the way down the full length of the runway.
Here we go, with a BA 380 will use very little reverser. Here we go. Oh man, come on, bring them back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back to bring it back to me. Clean she is. Look how many doors she's got, folks. Just look at the vastness of that aeroplane. Isn't it just massive? When you think a man standing down here or a woman standing down here would be about this height here, look how tall it is. It's just, that's why, look at the how massive these, I talk about barn doors jokingly, but these are literally the size of barn doors, ladies and gents. So that's why you only need these inboard reversers and all the brakes on all those wheels. And all the whirl and all the tires and all the bars and all the joints.
Footage of that Icelandair 767 landing, and I'm gonna put them above each other. I'm gonna put them above each other.
Good for you. Oh, hello. First 330 of the day, and now here we go, folks. Now you can really see the now this will be Virgin more than likely, I'd imagine. Red tail, nothing else really going on. Just about see the insignia there, you know, the Flying Lady, whatever it is. But look at the winglets. Look, see the winglets. So that's not a 777. Engines are slightly too small, although the engines on the 200 Rolls-Royce powered and even the Pratt & Whitneys are the same sort of, almost the same size fan casing. But big, droopy. I always say she looks like a Eddie the Eagle ski jumper, jokingly, because she's sort of like always at that sort of angle. Hold on a minute, me veggie things are done. Okay, another 2 minutes. Bosh. Right, so A330, ladies and gentlemen, the first one we've got now. This is a CEO, long before the Neos were. I think they were possibly. I don't even know if they've been tested yet at Toulouse. This is long before we went to Toulouse as well, wasn't it? But here we go. Now, you know what? If that had 4 engines on it, what would it be? You'd be able to tell it was a 330, 340, 300 with the body gear in the middle there as well. You'd have a body gear, a central bogie wheels assembly. Or a 346, yes indeed. She's got different. Oh, this is the one with the leading edge nacelles. So now remember we talked about nacelles on the show, folks. Look at this one. She's got, like, I call them plasters. It's been out playing. What? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to show. I'm just going to.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
For the sake of it, let me do this in a second.
Look at it, it's
let me just
beautiful.
give everybody
Look at, there we go. So there's your fence style winglets. Long tubular engines. They're the Trent 700 engine on these A330s. Now at the moment you have to wait until she comes past you to see whether that is a 300 or a 200. It is literally a length thing.
Oh, look at that, both engine nacelles, replacement nacelles.
I think that's a 300. I think that's a 300 just based on the length of it. And those reversers that we're seeing there, what is commonly known as a clamshell reverser. So they basically open and close, and he's pushing all the air forward to slow the aeroplane down. You can really see those droops at the front there, the leading edge slats that are also extending the wing profile as well. Oh. And of course your full flaps here. Ground spoilers, everything operational there. They always bring the proper racket as well.
The new revised
Proper racket. There's the other South African A330 going to gate. And also, just there's one little thing that you might observe here, folks, is on the A330. Exposed on the A330, I can't really see it there, but you can see it on here. See where the horizontal stabilizer joins the fuselage? There's no other aircraft that is like that in terms of the because that's the trim stabilizer, where there's a mechanism in there which literally trims the elevators up and down. Not the elevators, but the actual the static part of that. So during flight, they will be trimmed to keep the aircraft pitched at exactly the right angle of flight. That will be the right angle of flight for maximum fuel
just as an example,
economy.
This is what it's like without the windsock on.
Okay, there's a Neo. Saw the Neo earlier, and here he is again. I'm just going to get my feet from the side.
Yeah, increased it and all. Ha ha! Good lad. Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
Windy, innit? Windy, man. Wow.
Oh, really? Are they really? Oh, that's fantastic. So, Mark, well done. Good job. Oh, that's patronising it. Well done. Great job, mate. Wicked. Thank you very much. Is he gonna do a left-hand turn flight? Left-hand flight. Go on, turn that son. Oh, they park up. Down the avenue?
You see that big, tall winglet, folks, and that big bump there that you're seeing there. That has a couple of purposes actually. One is especially on the XLR or the long range variant of the 320 Neo, 321 Neo especially. XLR or the LR, is SATCOMs, satellite communications equipment, but also Wi-Fi is also in the smaller humps on some of them, because obviously the signal box doesn't need to be massive. But is there another 330 going out? Is that a 330 going out? There's a 330 going out, folks. Oh, James going out. Was that James? Our mate James from both now, aren't it?
James going out now. Oh, okay.
No! Look at that profile of that 220 there, ladies and gents. That's why I call it a little mini 350, folks, because it's got that very similar Dove style canopy look to it. Looks like a little mini 350. Right? Oh, 380 going out. BA 380 going out as well. I nearly picked up a big piece of blue tack and put it in my mouth. Oh, look at the bibble black then.
We've got a lot of people here today.
Yeah. Look at that. Oh, look! I'm going to let people guess what is that. Tell me what that is. Tell me what that is. Come on now. Just going to wheel this out, see if we can get a Dreamliner, folks. Is you lined up or going out or rolling or? We're going to be very lucky. Oh, of course, yeah, right, okay. They'll be alright? Yeah, they're pretty knackered, aren't they? Are they mine or yours? I don't know. Yeah, I'll tell you what you could do. Hold on a second. If you take the panels out, basically get it ready, make sure the posts are in there strong as well. That's what's important. Just get the panels out, rip them out. I'll ask Tom. You know what? You can manhandle it, man. You can get in there and just rip it out. It'll be much easier from your side. I'll be honest with you. Or is it really overgrown there? Okay, I'm going to be finishing at about 4 o'clock. I'll pop round, yeah? All right, mate. Okay, so that Dreamliner's gone on, yeah? Oh. Okay. BA 777 or Dreamliner? Okay. What's that up there in the tree? Is that a magpie or is that a bird of prey? Oh, it's a bleeding parrot, isn't it? Yeah. It's a bleeding parrot. Listen, mate, that parrot wouldn't voom if you put 10,000 volts through it. Look, it moved. No, it didn't. Yes, it did. Just stunned, mate. No, he's not coming. He's not doing it, no. Really? Has he gone long as well?
Oh well, okay.
Best not to watch this when I'm doing this, folks, because it does make you feel a bit queasy, I've got to be honest. Okay. Chicky nuggies. Chicky nuggies. Veggie nuggies, actually. Anyway, okay, so who got this right? Let's just see who got this right. Okay. Paul Skilling. Oh no, that's Richard Hodge was saying, I think it may be a 321 Neo. No, Richard, it's too big for a 321, but I can understand why you're thinking. But the engines, engines look bigger than the Iceland Air. That may be because they are CF6 engines, possibly, which are slightly bigger in terms of their fan casing. Eve basically my first flight was on a Britannia 757. Lel Aviation, Air Astana or Turkmenistan. He's got it. It's a lamppost, Andrew Smith, mate. Can't mistake a 757. Scott Tar, please saying. Dave Carrington, 757 200 variant. He's got it right there. Now, interestingly enough, that's a big call, mate, because I think the 300 variant also has the upswept winglet, and this has got the upswept winglet on it. But Steve Brocklehurst also saying a 757-200. Calvin Grant as well. Schmitty 87, Aristana 757, Tracy Byram, Mirrorman correct. Shane Smith, Anthony Nansen, Craig Wharton, Eve Jeremy Smith, John Gibson, and all the folks getting it right there, except for one of us who said that he might have mistaked it for Lucky Ball Aviation, saying a 757-300. Interestingly, Dora Gerber just doing a thing of Charlie there. So now, it's a length thing here that we're looking at with the 757, the stretched, super stretched version, and I think it's only the American carriers, ladies and gents, that operate the 757 stretched variant. I think these are mostly all 200s, but I might be wrong.
Mohammed Ismail has just signed up. Good day to you, Mohammed. Tuning in as a new channel member. Good day.
Wow, look at this view, man. Now, nope, this is running the RB211 engines as well. Look. Exactly the size engines, same engines as the RB211s. Might be I think it's a 200.
Oh, we're going to get 777 startup. You want to hear what a set of big engines sounds like when they start up, folks? You're going to get it right now with this 777. Sandy Humpy James off to Newark, New York.
Excuse me.
Ricardo Kenny tuning in from Azores Islands.
The wind's going to carry the sound all the way that way, isn't it?
Grant Watson, John Hughes II, Layberg City 1, I'm Ingles.
Eve Oscar saying, so how do we tell the 757 variants? It is more to do with length, Eve. In terms of the winglets, I think you'll find that the majority of the 757 operate with the upswept winglet, the sharklet, that big tall thing that we see. There are, but I think there are 200 variants that don't have the winglet, but they're old. Let's just have a little look. Let's just have a look and see. Oh, 7567 200, yeah? images. Okay, so some of them do and some of them don't have the winglets. It's literally a length thing, folks. I think you'll find with the 757. So if you're catching it from cruise height, it's going to be a difficult. Sorry.
Hear him very well, I would imagine. There's James taxiing. This is out.
Wow. Look at this guy's jacket flapping in the wind.
United!
We're never going to get the sound of that startup.
Drazin. Thank you. 3787. That was the one just went passes. I've got a little bit of a
Number one winding up. Also,
zip computer line.
double engine start, 102.
Fire!
Also, just one thing to bear in mind. The GE90 has a very distinctive startup. I think a lot of the American carriers operate the Pratt & Whitney engine variant, which doesn't have a very, it has a more of a whiny startup than the GE90.
Keep me posted on that because I can't see him the other side. I need to know when he's lined up. Nilso Vienna tuning in from Choc de Bola.
Easy for you to say. Oh, look at that F and F check. Now, when I say F and F check, ladies and gentlemen, at the moment he has not extended his leading edge slats, as you can see here. Look at the back of the horizontal planes there. You're going to see the elevators going up and down, where he's basically pulling the yoke forward, backward, and then he'll also be doing that with the rudder and with his feet as well to check the rudder. Here we go. You see it now. It's called F and F. There he goes on the rudder, and he's doing it on the elevators as well at the same time. F and F check. Oh, they're G90s, are they? Wow. Okay. Are we sure? I don't know if they are GEs. Are they GEs? Oh, Brown Witness, me. I'm completely wrong. Is that our friends from Ireland? Little CEO cafe. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is a nice rare one to see. Look, folks. What's that? What's that? What aircraft is that? Come on. Who's going to get it first? Who's going to get it first? At least on my phone. Who's going to get it first? Filton 216. Thank you very much indeed. Heathrow is now on easterlies on the southern runway. I think Trone Hunter's saying that's just 7300 ER. I think that might have been a 200 with come on. Mind you, I've got a 20-second delay here, haven't I? Because I'm live. Christopher Fisher, when I fly different variants of the same aircraft, the physics of the aircraft feel the same, so obviously the fuel efficiency reasons mainly. Yes, Christopher, but mainly for different variants, for different routes, to carry more people and obviously more freight. A330, John Gibson getting it right. Dominic CH, A330, 220p, I think he means 200. I can't tell that yet, whether that's a 200 or a 300, unless he knows. Sam Beck saying a 330, 300. Dominic CH a 200. Scott Tarpley getting it right. Lel Aviation, Lucky Ball 14. Yes, Tracy Byram. Lots of people saying 330. Some people saying 200, 330, 200. RJ's Photography, absolutely. Craig Wharton, Richard Hodge, Shane Smith, Mirror. Here comes the Mirror Man. Bulldog 617 B52. Diesel 13 getting it right. Beta Eve Hosgood saying 330, 300. Question mark. Dave Carrington 333. Andrew Heldon 333. Miles High Viscount. But brilliant. There we go. So now we'll see whether that's a 300 or a 200, literally based on her length, because like the 757, configuration, engines type, wing, exactly the same. Fuselage, it's just about length on this. So we'll have a little look. But isn't this a treat to see? Looks like a 200. Looks quite stubby. That's a 200. Oh, hold on a minute. No, that's a 300. Sorry. There we go. You see, you can so easily be mistaken. But she's definitely a 300. And that's the the CF6 engine, I think, or the Pratt & Whitney PW4000, which have very similar looking.
Oh, yeah. Is that Qatar's 350 just gone out?
No, it's not. That's a 330.
Is that a 330 cargo? Sorry,
yes, a
guys,
freighter.
Got quick clips.
Look at the bulge at the front there as well. You can tell that's the cargo. That's the freighter with the 330. Beautiful aircraft. He's gone up very quick, so he's obviously gone out line from Ifwo. So there you go, ladies and gents. There's a nose tonight. Nose 777 on your left with Cathay Pacific, Dreamliner on the right, and look at that nose, how sharply it dips. Whereas the 777 sort of like stops at the end plane of the windshield, then goes out again and has a distinctive separate nose. Shut up, big nose. Whereas the Dreamliner is very, very straight down here in terms of its aerodynamic efficiency, obviously far better.
787.
So there you go. You have the different, two different type of aircraft there. The Renaissance. Oh, look, here we go. Look, 737, ladies and gents. Now, here's a way of let's just get him in there. Okay, so now you've got a very distinctive pointy nose on the 737. Some people might, you could think, oh, hold on a minute, sure that's not an A220? Well, no, here's a way of really showing a 737, folks, because different variants have different winglet configurations, engine configurations. Obviously, at the moment, most of these all operate in the CFM56 engines. Pointy nose, but look, see this bit at the end here? Look at the profile, the rake at the front of that. There's that straight section there, as opposed to the Airbus, where it's sort of like very curved. This is a distinctive bang, 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 and you'll see that more when we get side on with a
KLM 737 high speed approach. And after that,
there you go. That section there is what gives the 737 away. Also, she's very low to the ground. She's got the squared off engines because she's so low to the ground. But that there, if you can see it from the side, that is. If you're looking from below and looking up at it, it's a different thing altogether. It depends on what altitude you're at. As you can see there, 737. Oh, stop it! Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. What are we talking about just now? I think this is Iberia. Looking at the yellow tip of the tail, I can see there a little bit of red on the lower part. But look at this, 4 engines. Okay, so obviously not a 330. No hump on her, so it's not a jumbo. It's too shallow to be a 380, and of course with the 380 you'd have another a bigger set of undercarriage. It's just, so this looks like a 330 with its droopy undercarriage, but with those big engines with those big engines, folks. It's unmistakably an A346. 99% of these aircraft around the world are no longer operating. They're sitting in deserts. We'll get that in a sec. And there's another. Oh, look at her! Look at that! I nearly missed it as well. Okay, here she comes. Oh, look at that! We used to see her coming in on summer evenings, didn't we? Look at that!
Doesn't matter. I'll get him pulling up. I'll get him pulling up.
Beautiful. Obviously opting for all 4 engine reverses as opposed because of the 380 having so many so many wheels and brakes, but that is going out there. What's that, folks? Tell me what that is. Let's see if anyone's actually been watching. Filtered 61216 600 defo Iberia, Paul Skilling, Keith Cornell, Boeing 737 7K2 8K2, blimey. I think that's an NG. I think they call the newer next generation of the 737. Won't be a 500 because Iberia don't have any. It's a 600. Ben Brown saying indeed, yeah, you could say it could be a 500, but they're very, very rare. In fact, to be honest with you, I think the only 500 we've seen operating into London Heathrow has been Qatar, possibly. But yes, I agree that somebody says that you could have an A340 500. John Gibson saying there as well. But yeah, rightly so. Luke Cook saying 330. John Gibson A330. Dominic A330 again. Well, Dom will know all about him because he works for the company that operates them. Eve Hosgood 330. Well done, Eve. Used to see Alitalia 346 is leaving. Oh, each day after work when he was on the bus miles high. Alitalia. Anthony Nansen 330 getting it right. Good afternoon to Terry G, Tracy Byron, Suggy, HGC, Kelvin Grant, Cameron, Craig Wharton, Tracy, Kelvin and Steve Brocklehurst. That I think is a 200. I don't know if it's a 200 or a 300 just because of that length there. I think she's running the Trent 700s, so that might be the 300 actually. I think it was the CF6 engine, CF6 powered ones that were the 200s, and the Trent 700s, which were the 300s. Big spindly undercarriage. Oh, Azerbaijan A340 500, yes, you're right, Jilly. And it wasn't that long ago, was it? And there's very little distinction between the 500 and the 600. I think the 600 just slightly more extended. It has an extended range on it. And Meta 2 saying, do we get a quiz on examination? Easy, son. Yes, I think we will do that. We'll definitely do that. Oh, another A300 with DHL. Look at that. 3, but these were the times when we used to have 4 coming in during the show, wasn't it? That lovely old banger. Look. And it's another one with the old like everything I do, I do it for you. Oh yeah. Oh, hello. Hey, look at this lovely old.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Here we go. Watch this.
If you're into aviation, you love aviation as much.
Old livery Lufthansa
As I do, I want to
320.
give you as
Watch.
much as I can give you.
Watch. You don't like this. Look at the level. Look at the level. Look at the level. 319. Hey!
Easy, son.
Yeah! Go on, little fella. Yeah!
He didn't like that. He didn't like that. Hey!
That was fantastic. Shame it wasn't a jumbo jet, but hey, who cares? It's a go around it. Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, how very dare you. How very dare you. Oh, hello, hello. What's this? This is the Ram, isn't it? Royal Emirates 737. Here we go again, folks. Look at the distinctive tail fin profile there. That's the way to tell it. Very pointy nose on the 737, and she's very low to the ground. See the squared off engines there? See the cowls? In fact, the whole lower part of the engine is squared off, and that's literally because they needed to for ground clearance more than anything else. But 737 NG with the big winglets on her, and it could be an 800, it could be a, I think it's an 800 possibly, but it doesn't matter. All of the 737s, easy. OMG. Look what's coming into shot. No, man. Right, Joe, folks, we talk about, I mean, that's Etihad's Dreamliner inbound there, but look at this, is their 800, isn't it? I think it's their 800.
Hey, look at that, folks.
No, that's a 400. I think that's a 400. Oh, baby. Etihad's Dreamliner. Nice. Nice. This is long before the nice clean girl. This is nice long before the jumbo outlook. Oh, baby, you beautiful thing, man. Look at her. It's a beautiful thing, baby. Oh, look, it's a Dash 8. It's a Dash 8. Look. It is a Dash 8. I couldn't quite work it out, but look at those big engines, man. So this is the way. This is the way of telling a Dash 8, ladies and gentlemen, between Dash 8 and an 800 and a 400. Massively extended upper deck, which you can't really see at this point, but she has got a massively extended deck. But look at the size of those engines. Same engines as the Dreamliner, Trent 1000. Sorry, GENX engines. The Gen X engine, which is specifically it's exclusively on the Dash 8 747, and also the raked wingtip is what you're going to have to look at. Oh, there you go. Look at the raked wingtip. What's that? Okay, we'll have a go because there's a bit of blue sky. There's a bit of blue sky. Okay, get ready to switch. Can you literally just flick it? Roll it, flick it, lick it, roll it, flick it, lick it, roll it, flick it. Sorry. Roll it, flick it. No, flick it, lick it, roll it, flick it. Right, okay, so I think it's American Job is going to be straight towards us, ladies and gents.
Back in school days, ladies and gents, by the way, if anyone's wondering what the hell I'm talking about. Here she comes, here she comes, here she comes. That's all we're going to get. That's all we're going to get. Oh, listen to her though. Sounded like GEs. They sounded like GEs. Hey, we're in. Say it, okay, coming up to 20 minutes before we cut for
for the break and then go to the sim tonight. But we're quite near the end of the show anyway. Okay, Jilly, change cameras around. Okay, cool, thank you. 747-8, ladies and gentlemen. The only operator of the 747-8 at this point in time is Lufthansa, and also Lufthansa have now switched over to their 747 being their flag carrier or their main aircraft from the A380. As it stands at the moment, I'm not sure whether they're going to bring any of their 380s back into service. It'd be great to see, but here we go with a jumbo jet, big, beautiful 747. See, look how long that deck is, ladies and gents. Look how extended. I mean, look, that's the length of. This is basically the length of an A320. That upper deck is as long as an A320. You can fit as many people almost in the top deck there as you can. Well, not as many people because it's obviously spaced out, but it's really impressive in terms of its carrying capabilities. That speed brake up a little bit late, or did that just deploy a little bit late, that speed brake? Oh no, the inboard speed brakes they went more vertical, but here you can see, ladies and gents, look at that beautiful livery right there, long upper deck, but the Gen X engine, same as the Dreamliner, with the scalloped engine cowls at the back there. But watch as the speed brakes get it calls for more braking power. He's obviously hard on the brakes. He's got his reverses into action. He stepped on the loud pedal, but but watch the speed. The ground spoilers go from that angle to a more vertical angle. There, Bosch. Yeah, baby.
Gen X Power Man. All General Electric.
I'm a wonderful thing, baby. Oh, she gorgeous, man. All the way down the end of the runway, look. Oh, you lovely thing, you. Dreamliner. Hold on a minute. Wow, look at that. Hey, remember this? Do you remember this? So red nose, isn't it? Ha ha! Yeah, man. Do you remember this? A little 320, was it?
No. He's got.
Or was it a 319? Yeah, you see, you can't know until you see it.
Oh, I can hear a 747. If I look back, I know there's a.
He's having a bit of fun up there, isn't he?
Someone give him a.
It's a 320. It's a 320.
Listen to.
Can I just? I'm just about to say it on here, but listen to this. You can hear this 747 taxiing up towards us here. You can hear it. Listen to it. Listen to the RB211s. Listen. Listen to your right.
Listen to that, folks. Can you hear that?
Oh. Which one's this?
Give you a bit of that. Have a listen to that, son. Have a listen to that.
Who's this? Victor Kilo.
RB211s.
On Victor Kilo. Look how old she is, man. I've got goosebumps now, man. Have actually got goosebumps. Looking at that. Oh, was it?
It's all the red noses. Oh. Shut up, big nose. Okay, apart from the roads.
Little Star Alliance Lufthansa 320 touching down there. What did the Romans ever do for us? look at her tail, man. Any rare stuff coming in? 320s. Oh, what's that? Is that a triple? Nah, there we go. Look, there we go. Now there we go, folks. There's a perfect example of seeing the 777 and the Dreamliner. Look at that profile on the Dreamliner. 777 still has a very a flexed wing, but nothing like the Dreamliner. And also, she's just a bigger aeroplane. Look, she's just a. I mean, I know that's a long way away, but it's just the 777's just a monster. Look at this little one coming in at the back of the stack there. But isn't that a great shot there? So 777, 11, a 777 at the front and a 787 at the back. Oh, is that go around, isn't it? Is the go around?
No, she's the live stream technical director.
I'm talking about Jilly.
I would have said. Without her, you wouldn't be watching this stream right now.
No, the little lufty. Oh, Turkish triple. Still seeing these on a daily basis. Then the brakes. Them's the brakes. Don't forget, this is T4 in operation over the other side as well, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look! Little dash 8 going out. Lovely little turbo prop. Whoa, look at that. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, we had a Q8 777 landing in Part 1, my friend. So you might want to look back in the stream. Folks, if you want to...
Look at that Turkish 777, ain't it beautiful? Big old, we call it the Bigfoot because she's got, in fact we call it the Bigfoot. It was actually a good friend and pilot, Rich Taub, RT, A330 pilot with American Airlines at this point in time it would have been. He called it the Bigfoot, named it the Bigfoot because of look at those big old feet that she's got on her, look. Ain't it gorgeous, man? Hey, right, here we go. Here's a single aisle jet that we've missed. Embraer, ladies and gentlemen. This is the little Embraer. ERJ, is it a 175 or a 195? I have absolutely no idea at this stage, but I just know by the general look of it, this is something that you've got to constantly look at. Is the profile of the Embraer. Obviously totally different than the A320. Could be mistaken for an A220 because of the nose, quite a pointy nose, but the engines are very small on the Embraer. And this is lots Embraer, I think. So now you can see, I think was it Smithy who once said the 175 has the slightly angled winglet, whereas the 195 has the vertical winglet, which we're seeing here. That's the vertical winglet. So I don't know. Let's just see if we can get somebody's feedback on that. Jay,
34 engines powering this, tiddly little things.
I think CF4 actually. 95, Ben Brown, E195. So it's the 195 with the vertical stabiliser. 195 Skilling saying, Jeff Bryson saying it's a 175 is his guess though. Embraer, indeed, ERJ 195 of Lock. Keith Cornell looks too long for a 75. Yeah, but you say it looks too long. We were talking about it at that stage, weren't we? When it's like there, it's like can't really tell the overall length of it there, but when it gets closer, then you know that that's longer than a 175. But also the winglets, I think, are different angles on the winglets. Ben Brown, thank you for that. Let's just have a look, see what else we've got coming in. A little Iberia A320, I think. Oh no, it's a 319. It's a 319. It's only got one door over the top. CFM 56 with the clamshell style reversers. Both options on those, controlled by Safran, one of the manufacturers of those reverser doors. It's not the aircraft manufacturer, it's themselves. Safran actually manufacture reverser doors as well. Oh, nice. So here we go with another. This is when Flybe were active.
So watch the props go into reverse. Something you can clearly see here on the camera. Watch. Watch them flick into reverse.
Yeah, Richard Hodge saying another 330 777 is that the undercarriage of the 777 has the hatch cover attached. The 330 hatch closes with the wheels down. So he's saying, I thought the 777s did as well. So the 777 undercarriage doors are still extended. Really? Let's just have a look there. Oh, indeed they are. They're attached to the leg, of course. There we go. Another Korean 777. This was the days when we had the 747 and the 777 coming in. But good point, that Richard Hodge making that point. Not something that's massively noticeable, but it is definitely a pointer to look out for. Oh, distinctive sound. Beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, 350. Qatar 350 here, folks. There's that dove. There's that dove-shaped canopy that you can see there, and of course that curved winglet at the end there. And at this point in time, there was nothing in the world that looked like that, and there still isn't really, to be honest with you, other than the 330, which you could get confused with. But the 350 has a very distinctive look about it. And ain't she beautiful? Absolutely beautiful aeroplane, nice and clean. That's a 900, of course. As you can see there, she's only got the four-wheel undercarriage assembly there. Nice and loud on the reversers. Well, Dominic's saying 330 has part of the landing gear door attached to it as well. Perhaps not as big as the 777, but yeah, I would say it's not something that's massively. In terms of spotting it like there, for example, and of course you would, if that was a 330, you'd know that that's not not a 777, mainly because of the undercarriage there, the size of the engines, literally the size of the aeroplane itself.
About 9:30 in the morning.
Another Saudi Arabian Dream 777. Wow, he greased that. He greased that. $200. Bloke on film. Cathay 777. Nice. Me talking. Oh, look at that! Look at the PIA with a little black boop on his nose, look. You know what? That is going to be the hardest part. I'm not joking you, ladies and gents. That little boop on the nose there is going to be the hardest thing to paint on this jumbo. I'm going to have to fashion something because it's very difficult to mask something that shape. Modelers will know exactly what I'm talking about, or painters, or when you oh, look at that banking shot, look at that. Yeah. Beautiful 777-200. This is a GEs on it, so that's an ER in it. Look, you can see the rate tip on her. So that's a 777-300 ER. Is it? No, it's a 200 ER. Yeah, 200 ER. Look at that. Wow. I think. Another 350. Whose is this? Oh, Asiana. Is this Asiana? Yeah, she's Asiana. Alright, look at this. Oh, gosh. Look at those beautiful engines, man. I mean, I know they're titanium blades, but my goodness me. Things of beauty. Freestanding as well.
How effective the braking is on that thing, man.
Can't hear, Julie, sorry.
Absolutely insane.
Asiana's A350. Ain't she a thing of beauty?
TV, that's for sure.
And the length for that wing.
Everybody, yeah.
The length for that wing, ladies and gents. Everything about it is pretty distinctive. Especially when you look at that front end. I mean, a lot of people could mistake that for a Dreamliner, definitely, if you just had that front end there. But it is that distinctive up ramp there. You see the wing of the dove. Or swallow or whatever bird you think it might be, but it's more like a wing. The cockpit canopy design than the Dreamliner. Dreamliner's pretty straight compared. Let's just have a look. You see the Dreamliner doesn't come round so far on the nose there, whereas the 350 has quite a lot of wrap round on it. Look at that. It very much like one of those masks that you wear when you're sleeping on a plane or something like that. Living on my own. Oh, it's Queen, isn't it? Yeah, it was Freddie, wasn't it? But look at that. Look at this here, folks. Look at this 757 parked up there. She's only about 60-70 yards away from that 350, but look at the difference in the height and the size and everything of that aeroplane compared to that single aisle 757. Right, we are right at the end of the video here, folks. Oh, do I cut off?
We'll catch up with you tomorrow, channel members. See you at Cosford.
See you at Cosford. Hey!
GP, go forward, quick up.
There we go. That's what it was. Okay, GP, do you want to switch cameras? What's this? What's this? Quickly, go camera, go camera. Oh no, sorry. Oh, there she was. There was. I've got it. I think I've got it. Yeah, I've got it. Oh, I didn't get it. Yes, I did. There it is. Oh, wow. Looking pretty cool, man. Looking really nice. Well, that worked out timing-wise. I think that's the first time we've ever done something. It's actually bang on 4 o'clock. There you go, look at that. We've actually done something right for once. Hope you enjoyed that, folks. It was quite entertaining and educational, and we will have a quiz based on that. But we've also got to look at some of the other
aircraft that we haven't seen yet, which I think we've covered them all. The Embraer, the A3, the minibus ranges, the 737 NG, A350, A330, A346. Haven't done the A343 yet. But if you know your A346s or even your A330s, just imagine an A330 with another set of engines bolted onto it, which incidentally are the CFM 56 engines, the very small ones that power the A320 Neos. A lot of this stuff, I know I come at it with you with a lot of stuff, but I knew none of this when I started, folks. I knew none of this. I had to teach myself everything that I know in terms of the modern aircraft. I know about the old stuff back in the days, you know, I you know, because of me dad flying the DC-8s and all that, but I knew about aviation. But in terms of the newer variants and newer models, all the new stuff coming out from Airbus, the A220, of course, the different types, different ways to identify them, and that's hopefully what we've given you now, is a little bit of help in identifying in the future. And we'll also try and do something with some cruisers as well, where we get to see the cruisers, because when they're really high, it's very difficult to distinguish what they are. We'll be back at 6 for easy for you to say. We'll be back at 6 for some sim action. I'm going to watch it raw with you folks tonight, so we'll sit back and watch that. See you back here at 6. Take it easy. See you. Bye. Okay, GP. Go for cup and go for coffee. Dee-da-dee-da.